done talking about
you
that.
don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to talk about that while we're live. I thought I'd best let you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, Darren's here.
No, just I have my weaknesses. That is that. I pushed
Darren.
so hard this past week, and then this weekend got Alistair by surprise for a couple days. That was awesome.
There he is.
But I suffice it to say, in 3 months, my granddaughter turns 2. But man, she can kick my ass like it's nobody's business. I ain't worried about a 6 foot. I ain't worried about a 6'5", 300-pound man coming through me. I'd drop him like a stone. But a little 40-pound 2-year-old runs circles around me till my whole body just buckles. And laugh at me while she's doing it.
Oh well, how's everyone's week's been? You had norovirus, didn't you say?
Yeah.
So you've been in and out of the toilet non-stop?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Are your folks okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Is your car okay?
Yeah.
What?
Is your car okay?
Car all right?
Weirdly, it wouldn't start, and then I left it for like 45 minutes, and then went out to try it again, and it started up perfectly. So I don't know what it was, but no doubt something's wrong with it. But as long as it starts, if I leave it for 45 minutes, I'm happy with that.
We're starting to have some electrical issues with the car.
As long as you haven't got any long journeys to go on to pick up comic books.
No, not at the minute. No. Well, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Did your new employee start today?
No, because of this Novavirus thing.
Oh right.
So this I think I probably had it at some point in the past. It feels the same, but it was. So I was going to the dentist yesterday on the way to which is close to my mother, so it's like 90 minutes away, and driving there, I sort of gradually felt a bit dizzy, not hugely, but a bit. And when I got out of the car at the dentist, I was like, "Oh bloody hell, slow down a bit," as if I could quite easily have fallen over after getting out of the car.
Yeah.
Got into the dentist and just felt very sleepy. Sat in the waiting chair, and the dentist came out, and the dentist said, "Are you all right?" I says, "Not really. I feel a bit dizzy." And so anyway, she sat me down and started asking me a load of questions. I could hardly answer the questions, and the questions were like, what's your name? And I was like, so it was weird, and also I've never had tunnel vision, but I think what it means is your vision narrows, right? So you can sort of see in front of you. That was happening a little tiny bit.
Yeah.
No, well, it wasn't black, but it was kind of like as if I couldn't see as wide. So anyway,
have you had your bell rung recently? Have you bumped your head or anything?
I don't even know what you're talking about with a bell rung.
Have you had a mild concussion or anything recently?
Have you hit your head, Darren?
Darren, have you hit your head recently?
Now,
oh no!
He's seen him concussed now.
Right.
And so, I'm not sure whether Carl was lagging for me or whether I'm lagging for you.
Right. You were sitting there for a bit. We was asking you if you've been knocked on the head recently. You just stared at us for about a minute.
I think he's gone into another trance.
Yeah,
there you go. I can't even answer simple questions.
Yeah, when I've had that happen to me, it's because of a concussion or something.
No, it was not that, Kyle. I did not understand I didn't know what language you were talking for a minute there, ringing your bell.
Yeah. You don't have that phrase, having your bell rung.
So anyway,
you know what's boxing match.
So I got in the dentist chair and she laid me down, and by the time she'd finished doing what she was doing, about half an hour later, I got up again and I felt fine. Got round to mother's again and it came on again. So, and then this norovirus, it's called, is sickness and diarrhea.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, I need to go to the loo. So I did do. And I'd gone for mum's for tea, and she said, "Do you want me to make you some kind of a crumble or something, like apple crumble or something or whatever?" I said, "Oh yeah." Anyway, 90 minutes later, we decided I shouldn't eat anything And so that's what I said. Right, I'm going to go home because I don't want you two to catch this because it's incredibly contagious.
Yeah, it is.
So, and that's when the car wouldn't start, trying to get away from mothers. So it was like everything was going wrong all at the same time. So anyway, then, so like I said, I sat there for an hour or so. Then the car started and then drove home. And last night, whoa, wow. So multiple trips to the loo, but that wasn't the big sort of weird thing. Like my body was raging, boiling hot, and my head was raging, boiling hot, but my hands and feet were freezing cold. So how weird. But anyway, so then I got into bed, so I got like loads of duvets on me, so I was nice and warm. And in the middle of the night, I got up and I needed to go to the loo. And so, and I was absolutely roasting in bed, jumped out of bed, headed off for the loo. And by the time I got to the loo, I wasn't shivering, I was shaking like this with a reaction to being cold. Like, I'm like doing that. And so I did that for about 20 minutes until I got back into bed again. And then I think by the time I got around to this morning, lots of things had calmed down, and now my body's empty. There's nothing in it. I've not been eating for 36 hours now, so I think my meals today have been 2 pints of water. So now I feel okay, but
well,
I'm
happy to say that I'm very glad this is a virtual meeting.
Yeah, this thing as well is really contagious. And so
can I just ask as well, before you send our comic books out to us, could you wipe them down, please, with like an antibacterial wipe? You know, no reason.
I will lick yours, great.
Yeah, this is a new definition of Splat comics.
Squelch and
Do your
Splat.
Splat thing.
Quick comics.
That's what's going to come out of your arse.
Oh man.
So at the minute, I've decided to go. I won't eat anything else today, and the whole of tomorrow I'm going to not eat anything, just have water. And then so the internet says once you've got rid of the symptoms, you shouldn't be in contact with anybody else for 2 more days.
Oh,
so I'm going to then just stay at home and stuff. And then so therefore, Mark, my new employee is going to be 4 days away from today before I let her in the house.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But I don't feel like doing any work, I'll tell you that. So
that comes on so suddenly. I remember I had it a few years ago. Me and Lisa gone to Sainsbury's just down the road, and literally I got into Sainsbury's. I was walking fine, got into Sainsbury's, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I feel really weak, and I felt so weak. I said, I can't even walk around Sainsbury's, and I just walked up the road and sat on the bench until she came along. I think a little while later, and after that I was just throwing up and fucking shitting myself all over the place. It was horrible. You couldn't. I'm surprised you managed to drive home, mate, because literally it was so often into the toilet. Like it was. Wouldn't you know, drive home?
If you honestly, if you're thinking you're going to do a fart, just don't get to the toilet because it's not going to be one.
No,
it's going to be a shart.
It's definitely going to be a shark. There's no doubt about that. Yeah.
Baby shark, do.
The worst is when you're in bed and you sleep, and then sometimes you wake up and you just slip one out, and you just. But the thing is, you're only half awake. You're only half with it, so you think. So like.
Oh dear, what have I just done?
Knowing what it's going to be is like 50-50 whether I realize no, don't do that, get to the toilet, or just go for it.
Hours ago, literally. Well, like 12 hours ago, but yeah, it was a woke up abruptly to yeah, I'm going to the bathroom now.
If you tuned in to hear a show about comics,
comic books,
yeah. There you go. Hey Terry, how's your missus doing, buddy?
Yeah, she's well, not great to be perfectly honest. I mean, she gets up early in the morning, and we go and do our usual things. We go down to the Costa, have a coffee, then she goes and sees the ducks a few times down the quay. Then she wants to go up to the New Forest and sit there for half an hour, and then we come home, and then she wants to go to bed. And so that's basically what our life's been for quite a while, even just recently. The place is just she's I think she realizes what's happening to her, and so therefore she's basically given up on life. I mean, she's aged incredibly so in this last 6 months or so. She's,
Waiting for Godot.
she never used to look her age, but she looks more than her age
So
now.
what happened is what she got, Terry? Has she been diagnosed with anything?
Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. That's awful.
But the thing is, I mean, she, I don't know who's up there, but I mean, she had rheumatoid arthritis. She got fibromyalgia. She's got osteoporosis, and then that wasn't enough, obviously. So let's kick her in the teeth and let her lose her memory as well. So, but as I say, this, I mean, I've known it was happening for the last couple of years, to be honest. Yeah. But of course, nobody takes any notice of somebody that lives with somebody 24/7, do they?
No.
What do I know? But just certain things. Just notice different things that she said, or she said. I used to, some things we've done before, and then she'll deny we ever did. That sort of stuff. And then, but it got worse because her daughter noticed it, and the family noticed it, and all the rest of it. And so they thought, thanks very much for confirming it. And then I was able to take her to, sort of the proper people, and went to a psychiatrist, and then say it was, she was diagnosed with it. But as I said, I'd known for a long time that it's been happening to her. But it just seems to have got worse. But unfortunately, as I say, it's just there's not much you can do. I mean, that sort of thing you can't do about it. I mean, they've got pills, but I mean, whether they do anything or not is another matter, sort of thing. They don't.
Best thing you can do is just stay strong for her best you can.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, I'm still waiting for carers because I'm doing all the caring duties as such. She won't let me wash her, so I've got that situation where I can't force her because otherwise we sort of break down crying and all that kind of stuff. So I feel guilty if I do make her cry. So I've got to steer clear from that. But I mean, the rest of it, the cleaning up and all that sort of thing, I'm doing. But I keep getting all these people, all this. We're here to help. We're here to help. Yeah, okay. And then they come and do another assessment. I mean, I thought that the last assessment was done 3 weeks ago, and they was actually going to start sending somebody. But no, somebody's coming to do an assessment on the assessment that had been done from another company that then will, supposedly be doing this caring. But all they seem to be worried about is whether if we don't get any money for it, because between us, they go by her money supposedly, and if she's earning got too much, not earning, but got too much as far as pensions and that sort of thing is concerned, you won't get any help. But I keep saying I don't give a shit. Would you go and get some help, please? But you've got to pay the first 286 quid. Okay, I'll pay the first 286 quid, but I need some help because it's doing my bloody head in as well, And I've got high blood pressure and I've got all sorts of bloody things going on wrong with me, and it's only going to get worse. And I ain't going to be bloody used to her if I end up being, being ill. I mean, I was ill a few weeks ago, bad as sort of a few weeks ago, badly, and a lot of it I blame on stress. That's what I blame my blood pressure. I mean, a few years ago, before I left work, I had a heart arrhythmia, and they corrected it. And I went back I had about 3-4 weeks off, and then I went back to work again. And within a couple of weeks of being back to work, it all started again. So I said, it's got to be stress that's causing this. And that's why I retired early. I retired at 60 rather than, the 66. But I needed to. But of course, part of the reason I did it was to help her because, as I said, she had rheumatoid arthritis and fibromyalgia, etc., etc. So she's still not a well woman anyway. She still needs help. And then, of course, this comes along, so that makes it sort of even worse. But as I said, it's not doing me any good. I mean, that's the basic reason I do this business with the comics and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I've got to have something to,
an outlet.
To get just to do something else, because otherwise, I'd be basically doing what she did. Doing, we go out in the morning and everything else, and then we go to bloody bed.
My wife came out here to get a soda. I had to give her a kiss here and that. and she sends her love, and
Thank you.
so
It's just it's just it's just one of those things. Unfortunately, and I think I've said it to a couple of you guys before. It's kind of deja vu in all sense because it's just over 20 years. We've been together over 20 years now, so this is probably 22 years ago. I watched my previous partner die because she was an alcoholic and she died of alcohol poisoning. She just screwed up her liver and her kidneys and all the rest of it, and then she just sat in a bed and I watched her die. I was at the great task of having to turn her off, and this is sort of thing is coming up like deja vu kind of thing. It's not nice at all. 20 odd years later,
that's why we have comic books. That's why we have comic books.
Hi, Matt.
Hey, man. Anybody able to get in touch with Tempest? I wonder if he's going to pop up today. I actually pulled some stuff out for Tempest, I promised.
I did ask if anyone had his email address. I know you wrote it down once. I don't know if Darren's got it or not, but is Bill coming in today? Does anyone know?
I've
He
sent
said
a
he was.
Yeah, he did say okay when I put it up.
I've answered your question, Mark.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see it?
Yes, but you still appear to be here.
Yeah, because I never said that backwards. I only wrote it down.
Oh, right, okay.
It was all right. Old Mixie, he could write his down, but he couldn't say it, could he?
All right, good.
Tempest is here.
I'm going to
I
take
think,
my camera here inside and show Tempest a few things. Stuff I
Yeah,
showed
Carl's got some
before. I
stuff
don't
he
want to
wants
show
to
too
show,
much, but
Any auctions this week, Mark?
Yes. There's a big one at the moment up in. There's a really decent auction house up in Newcastle called Anderson and Garland, and they're really good.
They have some good stuff.
They have some good stuff, and they're dead straight. The auctioneer's a great laugh. He's quite funny, and so they've got a 2-day comic auction. So today was day one, and there was only a few things I was after today, but the prices were really low. He was really struggling to shift some stuff, so I did pick up a couple of lots quite cheap. And then tomorrow they've got a huge quantity of El Miller and Son reprints. So I'm gonna have to sort of control myself.
Yeah.
So they've got some really interesting. It's mainly British comics tomorrow, so they've got a whole load of. They've got absolute masses of sort of, classic British comics like Hotspur, and they've got bound editions and all sorts of stuff. They'll do well with those. They do sell pretty well. But right at the end of the auction tomorrow morning, they've got a whole load of really quite rare. They've got some Marvel Man. I don't think there's any Whitworth stuff, Darren.
Yeah.
You're checking it out. Yeah. Don't bid against me.
No, I'm not going anywhere near it.
There's some really nice stuff. Oh, there's.
let's see if I can cut out.
Yeah, not comedians, not comedians.
Yeah, not British comics, no.
So, 2 weeks ago, Tempest bought Beavis and Butthead and one off of Mark on one of his Whatnot shows.
Who did?
And I talked about knowing Rick Parker, who Mike Judge picked to do the art for that for Marvel. And that's the original art to the cover of Everyday Heroes that Rick Parker did for me 14 fucking years ago. I can't believe that's 2011.
I always think that's too glamorized. Makes you look too good, Kyle.
Well, yeah.
It was 14-year-old Kyle, 14 years ago, Kyle. So
and then I always loved this one. The story with this one just kills me.
Is that Kylie?
A comic backing board done by Ed Hannigan, who did like the cover of the Avengers when Hawkeye shooting Ant-Man, or World's Finest 300. Now, all these things are gifts to me. This is the only one that's technically not a gift that I actually shelled out for. But what I did was he said anybody that sponsors his daughter for a charity thing she was doing with the Boston Marathon. He'd do some art for her. So he did this backing board piece for me for 25 bucks that I donated to his daughter.
Cool.
And look at the year. Where's the year? The year's under the frame a little bit.
2013.
2013.
That is the bombing. That is the Boston Marathon bombing year.
Oh, God.
She was 45 minutes finished when the bomb went off. So she was clear of it. But that was a genuine concern. So this actually has ties to that because Ed said he'd draw me as Spider-Man, which was the tongue-in-cheek because you can't see me under there. But, you know.
I was reading an adventure comic the other day, and it's got like the Twin Towers in it.
Huh?
So I was reading an adventure comic the other day. It's got the Twin Towers in it, and the Twin Towers are being threatened by a villain.
Yeah.
Like these things come along sometimes.
And then you get, I love showing this one. If I hobble upstairs, I can show Romeo's version of my wife as Wonder Woman, but
That's a good
he
picture.
put my 48-year-old head on my 25-year-old body. But that's Romeo Tangal from DC Comics, drawing me Paul Sergeant Rock and shit. Then I love the thing here.
Did Stone Cold Steve Austin steal your look?
Yeah, but thank you. I helped Romeo get more comfortable with his poetry. This is basically
you helped him get more comfortable with his poetry because you showed him some of yours, and he thought, "My God, I'm really not."
Yeah. Basically, Carl said, "Draw me a picture. I'm gonna send you a poem."
John Bishop, who runs London Loves Comics, did that for me.
Hi, Brian.
So, almost looks like Swamp Thing's crossed with Judge Dredd there. He's got Dredd's chin.
That's for you, Tempest, and then this is left for you, Australian comic guys.
Marines in action.
This is an Atlas, a 1950s Atlas reprint, and the Australian version.
That is a UK. Oh no, that's an Australian, is it? Are you sure that's Australian?
Do what?
That's Australian, is it?
Yeah, that's Australian. From Melbourne, Australia. And then if you want old, this is the oldest known Australian comic. That's Australian. It's not a reprint. It's actually an Australian comic. These are like 1947 and 1949. That's 47. That's 1949. God damn, that smells good. Smells like comic books.
What bonds, Kyle? What bonds are they talking about then? If that is 1949,
huh?
On that cover, it's got he's trying to sell them bonds on top of that aeroplane. What bonds are those? Because obviously it can't be war bonds if it's after the war.
They still go? Did they last after the war? Did they have some crossover after the war ended or something? Maybe.
I don't know. Let's take it out and find out. Let's take it out and find out. And see the cringe factor.
Nice. No, that's you doing it, Carl, not Bill.
The Aussie Blue. These aren't dated. I did homework on them. That's what made me think of, there are no copyright dates. There's copyrights, just not dates. But I did my homework on them with an Aussie friend of mine, and he said it was bi-monthly from the mid to late 40s. Yeah, there isn't even a hint of a date in here. Freckles and his friends. I'm guessing Australian newspaper reprints.
You're okay, Matt. I haven't got that set. I haven't got that collection.
Hudson Hawk or Hurricane Hawk. Hudson Hawk was a Bruce Willis movie. So I don't know. It's been years since I talked to my Australian buddy, but
Yeah. No,
yeah, that is wartime adjacent.
Mm.
But I'm pretty sure they didn't do anything till post-war. Like these are reprints of comics, reprints of comic strips. So the comic strips themselves are probably from wartime.
Oh, yeah.
But the comics themselves aren't. Because that's and then Tip Top Comics. If you research it, you got to research Tip Top Australian comics. You know, these are later issues, 122 or 125 and 112. But the research I did said that was like an early, if not the first, all Australian comic book. So instead of reprints and stuff like that with them, like the Marines in Action, which has, I have that comic in Australian, American, and French Canadian.
Hurricane Hawk.
No, that Marines in Action. But I mean, that's, you know, I'm an old Marine, so people.
Hey, look who the cat dragged in.
There he is.
That's my comic show off for today.
Okay, great. Can you put me on, please? Because
What'd you think, Tampa?
I've got some stuff to show. Right, so I have an AOK to show from Texas.
What?
Yes, from Texas. So, so I a few weeks ago I went on and helped Nelco Comics do their first ever Whatnot show. It was a roaring success. They sold 2 comics, both of them to me.
That's definitely a real thing.
I have to say, Phil's pricing is completely crazy, and therefore he held nothing else. However, after the show, I'd actually got a pile at Nelco Comics, and Bill said, "I'm going to put these in the parcel that goes with the Whatnot stuff." I said, "How much is it?" He told me, and then he said, "But I'm going to pay for it for you." Plus, he had priced them very competitively anyway. They weren't Phil priced; they were Bill priced.
They're about half Phil price.
Yes,
Basically, yeah.
So this is great. This is Forbidden Tales of Dark Mansion #7. This series started being called Dark Mansion of Forbidden Love, and ran for 4 issues as Dark Mansion of Forbidden Love. Then changed its title to Forbidden Tales of Dark Mansion, and then ended up running for 15 issues. So it's quite a short run. The other nice thing about this issue is it introduces all these horror comics at this time had a sort of presenter, who sort of presented the horror stories.
Host, I call him a host.
Yeah, the host. So
that was
does anybody know who the host in Forbidden Tales of Dark Mansion is?
Well, is it a new character, a brand new character? Just for that book, yeah?
Yeah, and the first time they appear is in issue 7. So this is the first appearance of the host.
Is it a known character then that we'd know?
I don't think it is. No, I'd not heard of this character before.
Joe Orlando is why this happened. Joe Orlando, of course, was around during the time of EC Comics and what was in their ranks for years. He took over the horror line right around this time. And when
Joe Orlando was the main editor of House of Mystery.
Right.
And he also did a bit of House of Secrets, and he did a bit of Weird War Tales, and he actually edited this for a few issues.
And he created all of the horror hosts for DC during that period.
So the horror host here is this lady here, and that is her first appearance. And she's called Charity.
Oh,
okay.
There you go.
Charity, huh?
Yeah. So there you go. That is a little known fact.
Was that drawn by Mike Kaluta?
Is there any backstory for her?
The cover is Mike Kaluta.
He also created
story. Is she Charity from Greek mythology or Charity one of the
so,
Graces?
Yeah, I think it's probably charity from Greek mythology. That's the sort of thing they did. You know, they had Cain and Abel. They had the three witches. You know,
So,
they
Mark,
had Eve.
will they actually distribute them? Because I don't ever remember those. And
I
there's
don't remember
something,
these. I don't remember this particular title in the UK. So I don't know whether they're really hard to find in the UK.
Yeah.
This particular series.
Hey, Mark, have you heard Scott Harris King's
The one that
research on
changes
the
to I've never heard of.
Sorry, Carl, have I heard Scott Harris King's?
His research done on the first 4 issues of that?
No, has he done a YouTube video on it?
Yeah, he's done a lengthy one. You know, he's a soap opera collector. He's got that soap opera stories, and he collects romance.
I'll have a look at that. And this is a really nice one as well.
They launched a gothic romance comic book, and that's what the first 4 issue was. And then they
that's right. It was Dark Mansion of Forbidden Love,
and that's tied directly to the 2 giant sizes of. I keep wanting to call it Our Love, but they're not Our Loves, the giant size, but. It ties into Our Love, but the big ones, like the one that has Steranko's art in it and stuff, but those all go hand in hand. The first 4 issues of that goes hand in hand with the syrupy romance books.
That's right.
And then it cuts over to gothic. It cuts from gothic romance to gothic horror.
Yeah.
So he does it. He does a neat little spiel. It's probably a half-hour long video where he interconnects all of them and talks about who he talked to and doing it. And
no, you don't see much in the UK at all, Tempest. It's one of the more difficult Bronze Age horror series to get.
When Tempest is saying that, have they got the T&P price on them?
No.
No, that's right.
Well, these ones haven't. They came from Texas.
No. I'm talking about the ones that Tempest is talking about. Yeah, the one that Tempest is talking, because that's what I mean. If they don't have the T&P, it's a good chance they weren't distributed over here.
Yeah, I'll have to check my copies of. I do have some copies already. I think I've got 4 or 5 of them. So.
I've got a couple issues upstairs.
So this is, as you know, I collect weird war tales. This is a great Joe Kubert cover with a flying dragon and modern age GI soldiers. I do actually already have this, but this is a much higher grade than the one I've got.
That was what issue number is that?
This is a fantastic condition comic. I have this, but I do love this comic, and this is a much higher grade. This is. I'm going to take it out of its bag because I love this cover. This is actually an Al Milgrom cover.
Yeah,
I'm not usually a big fan of Al Milgrom, but
neither am I.
But this one. Where I just love the whole concept of a Nazi motorbike riding, head detaching, skull Nazi. I just think is magnificent. So that's one of my favorite Al Milgrom covers, and this is in really high grade, Bill. Very unusual to get them in this grade. So thanks.
I read that one about a month or 2 ago, and I think it's flipped in the actual story. It's like the Nazis being chased by a headless GI.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, so it's the cover, as always, does not translate to the interior.
And this one is one I have not got, and again, it is in really nice high grade. It's Weird War Tales number 79. As a Joe Kubert cover, absolute cracker. Again, in really nice high grade. So, and the final one I got from Bill as an AOK is this. I collect the first Aquaman sort of Nick Cardy covers, and this was one I hadn't got.
Nice.
That is Aquaman.
That's a beaut, isn't it? I love that cover. That's one of my favorite Aquaman covers.
Yeah, I love it.
It's one of the later ones, also.
It is one of the later ones, but I hadn't got this. So, that's going into my Aquaman collection.
And that's Aquagirl.
So the 2 comics that I bought in Nelco Comics' first ever Whatnot show were A-Team number 1. I've had that a couple of times, but actually it was a decent price, and I think I know what I can resell this for. So
was there a number 2?
Yeah,
There
is
were four.
three. I think there were three.
Three.
Were there three? I was thinking
There were three.
four. Okay.
When you bought it, did you say I love it when a plan comes together?
There you go.
And I've seen that cover, but I've never ever seen any others. So that's why I asked.
Yeah, there's 3 issues. I've actually had all
You know,
three.
the A-Team,
Oh,
by the
we
way,
need-
was very
Simple.
popular in England for some reason, and
It was very popular. Yeah.
and England had something to do with the series lasting so long because they made a deal to syndicate the episodes in Great Britain. So it's kind of funny. You wouldn't necessarily think something like the A-Team would go over big.
Oh no, it was huge in the UK.
It was
I
very
don't know.
big. Yeah.
Bear in mind, we only had 3 channels then, and BBC
Yeah,
was
I
so
mean,
crap.
Mr. T was sort of like the iconic character of the time, you know.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
also
But-
there's even a very rare British lunchbox, plastic lunchbox of the A-Team, which is like very sought after by American collectors.
Well, he has got a pretty good lunchbox, right?
And Mark, do you have the
You
Mr.
Yanks
T
always try and
signed
get their hands
comic
on our
book?
lunchboxes.
And the other one I bought from Nilco Whatnot sale, which I thought was a reasonable price as well, which I will be able to sell on at profit, was this. This is the Lionsgate. When they did the movie, Lionsgate put out a number of promotional comics, which were basically facsimiles of Amazing Spider-Man 129. Is it?
Which
129?
one was the Lions?
I think it was it the Thomas Jane version or
Yeah,
was it
the Lionsgate's Thomas Jane.
Okay.
As they always say on Only Slabs, it's the first appearance of the Jackal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First appearance of the Jackal.
Well, and also, who was the British actor who died recently who played Volstagg, and he also played Punisher in War Journal?
Warzone. Ray something or other, wasn't it?
Ray Stevenson.
Ray Stevenson. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
Did he play
guy
Volstagg?
was a wonderful actor. It's
Yeah.
a shame that he died so young.
Yeah. Hey, Mark, do you have the Mr. T comic signed by him?
No.
I've got a Mr. T comic up signed by him. You know who did the art on that Mr. T comic, Bill?
Neil Adams.
Neil Adams. Yep.
Oh,
It was
really?
a Continuity and Associates comic.
Yep.
Some couple of other pickups for my stackery. So I pick this up whenever I can see it at a decent price because it is a really rare comic, really, really low print run. And it is
Wow.
Ed Brubaker, who's a great writer. This is a
Yes, he
6-issue miniseries called The Books of Doom from the early 2000s. The print run was minute. Okay. So if you see these at a decent price, get them because this one is worth about 30 to 40 quid.
Wow.
The later ones are even more pricey because the print run was literally something like 5,000 or 6,000.
Oh my gosh.
And it tells the origin of Doctor Doom, written by Ed Brubaker, who's one of the
Ed's a wonderul writer. So
He is a brilliant
who are the
writer.
artists on that?
And have they gone up since the film was announced in a minute?
It says Brubaker, Raimondi, Farmer, and Reba. Paolo Riviera is the cover artist. To be honest, they were expensive before because that it's Doom and they're really quite hard to find. If you go and look at these on eBay, you won't find many of these, and if you do find them, they'll be pricey.
Wow.
So picks one of those up in the States.
Hey, did you guys like the A-Team relaunch movie?
No, I
It's
didn't
all
care
right.
for it.
The A-Team movie?
Yeah,
I thought it was ridiculous.
I love that they flew a tank. Funniest thing I saw in a movie forever. They flew a damn tank. That had me
Only
laughing
one.
until I fell down.
The guys who I bought that Books of Doom off sent me a free comic, which I don't think is a bad one actually.
Oh wow, that's gorgeous. Wow.
Nice Galactus cover. They sent that free with
Beautiful.
the book.
And well, it's a Kirby cover. That's even better.
Yeah. So there we go.
Is
That's
that
my
like
Looks like
Fanzine or
Kirby Thibodeau.
there's my comics from Texas.
The thing always got me with A-Team was
Oh.
that the only time they ever had an injury, I think Face got his arm broken once, didn't he? After all the things they
Can't
did,
remember.
it was just one injury.
That was
So
probably just for
I
the
want to
plot,
show
though, wasn't it?
Gray. I want to show a couple books.
I
real
just
quick.
need to ask Mark though first before we go on. Are those comic books any bigger than normal comic books because they're from Texas?
I know.
They say that are they the same size or are they bigger?
Yeah, don't believe the rumors.
I thought it was all lies.
Things
I thought
in
it was all
Texas
lies.
are the same size.
Oh,
Not always. These are bigger. So I was like totally shocked to
Lovely.
find out that in this condition, which is quite nice,
Web of Horror.
this is a Jeff Jones cover. This is Web of Horror #1,
Oh, I've
and
seen
believe
that
it or not,
before.
it's worth $300 in this
Yeah, I
condition.
do believe
Wow.
it. I have seen that before, but I'm not sure
I've never
where.
heard of that one.
I think Alan and I looked at one of those on our weekly reviews.
And this is kind of an early eerie, and it reminds me of a creature from Outer Limits.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Eerie.
this is about $75 in this condition.
Again, what is it?
It's an eerie.
Oh, that's what it said on the cover. Again, what is it? It looked like it anyway.
It's the comic.
Say again, what is it? Yeah, again. Oh no! Oh, what is it?
Oh.
What is it?
Yeah, I thought you said again. What's in it? What is it? That was a bit weird.
This I'm gonna cover up the name, but I want you guys to tell me if you know who drew this.
Well,
Is it
Frazetta did quite a lot of airy covers, but I don't think that's Frazetta.
Looks more like Jones again.
It's actually Steranko.
Wow.
Oh. It's a very nice movie
And in
picture,
this
that is.
condition, it's worth about $120.
Yeah, nice. It's a nice one. I like that cover.
Yeah.
Very.
This is another. This is a little later, and I don't know who the artist was. Let me see if I can find it. Ken Kelly. That's a Ken Kelly cover. Ken Kelly, of course, did a lot of the early Kiss album covers, and he also created the look of the Micronauts way back when.
I thought that was Mike Golden.
Nope, it was not. And this is Monsters Unleashed.
Two Manu.
That's a nice looking cover. It's very dark, but and then
That's definitely a Lovecraft ripoff, isn't it? Two Manu.
yeah. I agree. I agree.
Homage or whatever.
And then this is Colin the Barbarians #1.
Cold and the Barbarians.
Cole.
Was there a Conan and the Barbarians at one point as well?
Yes, but Cole predates Conan.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I mean, in the comic book name, is there Conan the Barbarians and a Conan the Barbarians?
But it says the creator of Conan on the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah,
3 full-length sagas from the creator of Conan.
Howard created both of them. Yeah. And he's from where, Bill?
He's from Texas.
Yeah, right up the road
Actually.
from you.
Poor
there's a
guy
museum not
was
too
a
far away from
librarian
you.
in a small town, and he committed suicide at a very young age because he was very close to his mother, and his mother died, and it was very hard for him to move on without her.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I
someone else
find
can
that
go.
where'd Bill go?
He's turned himself off.
He's been abducted by Chumanu.
I find that extraordinary. There he is. I
He's been
find it
upset by the
extraordinarily
death of
weird.
Edgar Rice Burroughs.
Yeah, Bill grew up where oh God, the creator of Conan.
Edgar Rice Burroughs.
No, it's Robert Howard.
R.E. Howard.
Burroughs did Tarzan.
Oh,
Burroughs
Tarzan.
did Tarzan.
No, he didn't do Tarzan.
Uh,
He did the Royal Lot of Mars. It was.
Yeah, Burroughs did
can't remember.
Tarzan and
Burroughs
Warlord
was
of Mars.
Tarzan as well, Gray.
I'm getting
But
confused now.
Bill is within driving distance of R.E. Howard and all his stuff. And I done showed you guys I'm in driving distance to Edgar Rice Burroughs' connection to the States. I mean, his daughter and son-in-law are buried right there by where my mom lived, and their house was 4 doors down from my mom's house. And those were the first two Tarzan and Janes. Jane was based on his daughter, was based on Edgar Rice Burroughs' daughter. And she grew up
Robert
and
T.
died
Howard
right
died at
outside
the
of
age of
Shelbyville.
30.
Huh?
Yeah, I knew he was
Robert
very
T.
young.
Howard died aged 30.
He
Yeah,
just
he wrote
said
a hell of a lot of
he
books
sucked a
first, yeah.
shotgun.
Yeah,
How did he get so many books out?
he prolific.
Okay, I have a
Prolific.
few more.
Prolific.
Now, these are very hard to come by these days. And Psycho.
Psycho.
There's a lot of psychos in Texas, Bill.
Yeah. I
Tell
think
me
when
about
you're making your living out of selling stories to magazines, you've got to churn them out at a great rate and not sitting here to actually, to be able to live, really, I think.
it.
I
Agreed.
can't imagine they're paid a great amount.
This, I just realized I have a Vampirella number 3, and it's actually from Spain.
Oh.
There you go.
No, that's nice.
Shouldn't she be called Vampirella? I say if she's from Spain.
There is one
Va-
less
va-
L in it.
Yeah.
Vampirellita. Vampirellita.
Vampirellita. Maybe, yeah. That was a weird cover.
Eerie. Interesting cover. Vampirella number 6.
Are you trying to get a full run of Vampirella?
He's got a full run.
I have a pretty good run of it.
He's got a full run.
I actually got 2 number 1s in this collection. I've sold one, but I kept the best one. This is Creepy number 62. This is another Ken Kelly cover. Tales from the Zombie number 7.
And his name was what?
Simon
Zombie?
Garth.
Simon Garth. Is it on the cover?
It is on Mini, but yes, it is. It says Simon Garth stands alone against the Testament.
What comic did he first appear in?
It was an Atlas comic in the 50s, if I'm not mistaken.
Called Menace.
Sounds right.
Huh?
The comic was called Menace.
Yes, it was Menace. Yes, that is correct.
I think it was like maybe number 3 or something like that. I think he appeared in.
Yeah.
Monsters
Number 5.
Unleashed.
Yeah, I let go
cover.
of my. I let go
This
of my.
is by
Golden
Earl
Age,
Norham. Earl Norham.
That's nice, isn't it? I like that one.
I let go of my
another Tales of the
1952
Zombie.
zombie marble to Mark.
This is one of my very favorite zombie covers. I love this one. The colors are outstanding. The stance is perfect. Him taking out the cop while he's rescuing the girl.
Nice grade on these, Bill.
I know they're beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. And let me see. And I think I've shown these to Mark before, but Scream.
Yeah, nice.
This one's worth like $200, which freaks me out. I guess because these were put out in such low numbers.
That's right.
This is another Psycho.
Psycho's Skywald, isn't it?
I believe so. No, it's
Curtis?
yes, you're right. It is Skywald Horror Mood publication.
Yeah.
Yes, and so that's what I mean.
It's technically not a Marvel, but Skywald. There's a link, but it's not Marvel. but
There's a link, but it's not.
Yeah, there's a link, but it's not.
It's transic. It's not really.
Well,
direct
Goodman had
link.
his fingers in the dirtiest shit. I mean, he just.
Well,
he,
Goodwin was not really a nice guy. Let's face it.
Yeah.
He was kind of a dick. And he.
He always spoke very highly of you, Bill.
Yeah.
Well, most people do.
But, I mean,
But,
that guy kept comics going by taking the money out of his filth rags, the slutty stuff,
right.
the for
You know,
men only stuff.
I
That's
wanna
where they
talk real
made their
quick-
money.
I want to talk real quick about something.
He
that
did
I
us all a
think is-
favor then.
I think it's ridiculous. The other night there was at the Oscars, there was a brief song and dance with Conan and Deadpool. And of course, our good buddy Rob Liefeld spared no time to say, "I was born so you could have this moment." And I'm like,
saw that.
what a fucking ego. Oh my God. And oh my God. And I'm like, oh, thank you, Rob, thank you.
So
The
he
only
completely
thing
rips off
bigger than Rob
Deathstroke the
Liefeld's
Terminator.
ego is his feet.
Yes, and his most famous line ever was "buttoned" at the end of that Levi's 501 commercial.
Yeah.
They go, "Are you buttoned up, Rob?" He looks down at his crotch and goes, "Buttoned." So thank you, Rob, for those wonderful moments of
So we got
television
that because he
advertising.
completely ripped off Deathstroke the Terminator, right down to the name.
Well, not only that, but he also ripped off. A lot of elements of Ambush Bug, and
Yeah.
Keith Giffen probably had more to do with Deadpool than Liefeld did.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, and Giffen had nothing to do with it at all.
Yep.
So
When-
I miss Keith Giffen so much because he was the most irreverent comic book producer ever, and so many people jumped on his bandwagon and just stole his wacky style. And remember, he gave us Lobo. He and JM, of course, gave us
Alan Grant,
Lobo.
wasn't it? Wasn't Alan Grant the main writer?
I guess it was Alan Grant. Yeah, it was Alan Grant. I
In the
forgot.
series,
But
I don't think he
JM
created him, I'm not
wound
sure.
up doing a lot with the character. But yes, you're absolutely correct.
Who wrote the
But,
Omega Men when he was invented?
What's that?
Who wrote the Omega Men episode that he
Check.
started?
It was Omega Man number 3.
Yeah, but who
And
wrote
I
that one?
actually
'Cause they're
have
the
a
ones
copy
obviously
of that around here
who
somewhere.
created him, aren't they?
Well, they
It's the only one
completely changed him from Omega Man to the regular.
Yeah, they
series.
did change him, yeah.
changed him.
Same with. Is it not the same with Deadpool though? He didn't start
It
off
was
as
Keith.
being
It was
Merc with the mouth, did he?
Keith Giffen was one of the artists. Writer was
Keith
Jeff,
Giffen was the artist on those early issues of Omega Man.
yeah, Jeff Gelb, Dick Giordino, and Roger Silver. But Alan Grant was the guy who wrote Lobo most of the time. With
Roger,
Yeah.
did you just say Roger Silver or Roger
Ian
Slipper?
and Becca, how are you guys doing today? Glad to have you on board.
Did you say Roger Slipper?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a guy that lives on the west side, or lived on the west side of Indianapolis. I don't know where he is now, but him and Bob Layton were put out fanzines as kids here in
Okay.
town.
Anyone else got anything they want to show off?
My ass.
No thanks.
no, we don't want to see that, Carl.
No, I used to work for Bottoms Up.
Hmm. You can show parts of your
It's
anatomy
a
in your
lot-
own
it's a lot
channel.
nicer. So-
I want to have a chat.
Used to
with,
be-
I
used
wanna
to be a
have
wine
chat
chain
with,
over here.
I want to have a chat with the Sherlock Holmes of the comic world, but he's disappeared.
Hey, Greg, can you
I'm just moving.
Greg, can you give me full screen just real quick? Okay, so I
Well,
want
it's
to
so
ask you
demanding,
guys.
Bill, isn't it?
I want to ask you guys a question real quick. What do you think of the last year? What is the most important new Batman tool in the comics?
Oh, I've not read any new ones.
We
Is it
don't
the
read
back
new
bottle
comics,
opener?
Will.
His X in Absolute, is it?
Yes. And what is it?
It's an X. Well, it's his chest.
Axe?
His chest
Axe?
Emblem
over.
axe,
Yeah. Oh God.
battle axe. You got one of you?
So AJ, who does all our 3D printing
Does it come
for
apart?
things we sell at the store, he created this for me. He found a file, made it. It's bolted and everything. It's actually quite hefty. It's probably about 2 or 3 pounds.
Okay.
It's fantastic. I love it, and it's so funny. Everyone that sees it is like, "Oh my god, I want one!" So these are great. I'm really glad he made these, and we're going to be selling them at the store. But I bought the first one because I just thought it's got a great handle on it. It's
You can
I
use it
mean
to
it's
shovel the pathway in the winter as well, can't you?
what's that?
You can use it to shovel the path in the winter.
Right? Oh, you could. Yes, you could. Yes, absolutely. Or a paddle. You know, if you
Are you
need
going to
one.
send us all one for Christmas then, Bill?
What's that?
You're going to send us all one for Christmas?
Well, you know, if I could afford it, I would. Actually, we're going to be selling them at the store for $55 a piece, which is not a bad price, especially
No,
for
no.
cosplayers.
Be all
Don't let
3D
DC find
printed.
out though, surely.
What's that?
Don't let DC find out you're selling unlicensed
No,
merchandise.
they won't care. It's not big enough.
No, it's not a big enough deal.
It's
And
under
in
the
the
radar.
States, you're allowed to make
What you done?
48
What you
of
done to
any
Canada,
item
Darren? You
before
haven't
you
put up on
get.
it, have you?
Yeah, don't let
Before you
Rob
can get
Liefeld
sued.
find out. He might take credit for it.
Oh, I'm sure he came up with it. Yeah, I'm sure it's Rob. Yeah, I'll get Rob to sign it at Comic
I
Con.
mean,
this
anything
year.
Batman, Rob Liefeld's.
So I do
was
want to
born
tell you
for.
guys, DitcoCon is on for this year in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. I'll be attending. It's basically that's his hometown, and they have it every 2 years. I kind of thought they might wait till next year, just because next year will be his 100th birthday, but nobody realized it until it was too late.
Are you flying or
And
driving?
although I was sitting there telling them the whole time, but nobody seemed to pay attention until next year. But yeah,
Make sure
So,
you don't go to the
Are you
wrong
flying
con.
or driving, Bill?
I'll be flying.
Oh, fuck. If you were driving, you could come right through here. I'm on
Yeah,
your way.
I'd be happy to, but yeah, I just don't have that
Long
extra
drive, I
time
suspect.
these days, sadly.
Yeah. You got any new comics this week, Terry?
Well, I've got new comics, but not old ones. So I showed all me.
Yeah, you did the video, didn't you?
Yeah.
Video
To be honest, when I saw your notes on on the Geeky chat, I thought you said it was going to be on Wednesday because I was going to sort some stuff out and to do it. So I thought you said you were doing this Wednesday.
No,
Yeah,
he's a quiz master. He's a quiz he's a quiz meister.
Yeah, I'm so good at quizzes. I forgot it was on Wednesday. That's why I think I did say Wednesday originally.
Are we on that, or is that someone else?
Oh, guys, are
Yes.
you up for another? Are you up for another quiz challenge
Today?
Yeah.
No, not today.
Oh, like we did. Oh, yes,
Like
sure,
we did
of course.
before. So us
Sure.
against the geekly, the comic book geek
Canadians?
guys. Yeah.
So we can lose again.
No, we're going to kick their ass.
Yeah.
I don't mind watching it in the background, but I don't know whether
we have to have a special subject again.
Yeah.
Before we go, before we do any more quizzes, we're going to have to put Kyle through several months of counselling to stop his gambling tendencies.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of gambling,
Just have me go last,
need
not
to
first. Then I'll know what to gamble.
Okay, so yes, you are up for it. Okay, I'll fix it up.
Great.
No, say Gray, I was going to sort some stuff out, but the boxes are in her bedroom, so I can't go in there now. Anyway, but
Right, no problems. Yeah.
I
I suddenly realised that when I got over here that I thought, I've got to do it tonight because Wednesday's quiz night. So yeah, well.
Because
do you win, Gray?
We've won once, rather surprisingly. We were quite shocked about it. I won a box of beer, But it started off this. We were third. I mean, and yeah, they're third, and then they went, "Oh look, someone's messed up their thingy bob. They've added too much points." And so then we came second. And I went to the loo. And by the time I got back from the loo, we were suddenly first. So it was like, "Oh, okay," which is all right. I think we came third once as well. We haven't come last yet, so there's that, I suppose. No, if you're on Facebook, Tempest, add us so we can add you to the Geeky chat if you want to be on there.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like we've got no way of getting hold of you to like send you a link or anything like that, or find it if you're available, that kind of thing. So if you've got a Facebook account, find us so we can add you to the chat if you want to be on the chat.
Tempest stood in as my moderator last week, Carl.
Cool.
Did he?
Yeah, we had. I did a trigger word thing again, and it was a really tricky one. The defenestrator.
Oh God!
Oh,
Don't make
could
it
have given us the clues.
Somebody got it. Somebody
Yeah.
got it. Somebody got it after only 2 clues.
Is he from Doom Patrol?
No, it's a Alan Grant hitman character.
Oh,
he carries around a window frame with him.
Yeah. Oh, is he from the Crazy 8 or whatever they're called? Is he from the?
Yes, yeah, the 8. Yeah.
The Fenestrator, yeah. Should remember that.
So, Gray, did you catch my Rick Mail homage today?
No, where was it?
Rick Mail. What's my name?
How was that supposed to be?
Bottom.
Tom's up.
Say.
Oh, bottoms up. Okay. I see. I thought it was some kind of play on words. I couldn't work out what it was.
Where's
I need Darren. I need to get the Sherlock Holmes of comics back.
He's not gone to loo again, is he?
Oh, he might have. That's entirely possible. He could be gone a while, in which case.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm gonna have to cut out in a little bit because we have some family things going on today that I've got to tend to. But
Okay,
cool.
So I apologize. I got here late and I'm leaving early.
That's all right.
Think I
No
was a
worries.
banker, but
We know what you like. We know what you Texans are like.
we're nice people. We're really nice
You
people.
come in, show your comics, and then fuck straight off again without so much to buy you leave.
Hey,
It's like a
thanks, guys.
drive-by
Appreciate
comic
it.
showing.
Yeah, enjoy your axe, mate. Enjoy your axe.
I
Yeah.
will. Here, one more
Drop
time.
2 in the head, Bill.
I'll see you
Don't
guys
go Lizzie
soon.
Borden on anyone, okay? Don't go Lizzie Borden on
I won't
anyone.
be Lizzie Bordening anyone as far as you know.
No.
So, guys,
Especially
You
have
guys
family
got a
there.
video on
talk
my
to you
wife.
soon.
Yeah, the
Don't let my
family
wife
event.
have one
The
of
family
those.
event going on is not Mad Axemen Bill.
No, it
decapitated.
is not. Thank God, no. No,
I
it's
know.
it involves my brother-in-law who doesn't have any common sense. But that's another story for another day.
Don't get any
Talk to
blood
you
over
guys
those
soon.
nice
Have a great
covers
day.
anyway.
Bye, guys.
Just
Shut
don't
up.
let my
Yeah,
wife
mate.
see that axe. She'll throw it at me.
Oh gosh. Why would she do such a thing as that?
That scared me. When she came back from that and showed me that video, I was like,
Oh, she was
God
doing the
damn.
axe throwing.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah, she did that for that throwing. Yeah.
My son did that at the weekend. He went to a stag party and they did it.
Wasn't there some
He's been to the
Republican
loft for that box.
politician? Wasn't there some Republican politician tried doing axe throwing, like some like reporter event or something, and he nearly killed someone in the band. He missed the bloody well target and whacked some tuba player in the band, or something like that.
Yeah, it's not
Went
good
over
for
to
your career, that.
hit the top, went over the top of it and smacked somebody.
Yeah, scary.
Oh,
Darren,
Yeah.
before you start showing us comics, I need to get your Sherlock brain on.
I've given Tempest a new nickname.
So,
if anyone wants to
I've gone
use
down.
it.
I've gone down a rabbit hole, and I can't find anything out about these. So this, I've shown you one of these before. This is called A Basin Full of Fun. Okay, and it is it's a comic which was produced between about 1942 and 1956. So there are over 100, and it was produced monthly. So there were about over 100 issues of this. was produced by a company in Leeds.
It's the sort of same size as Health and Efficiency, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but it's full of jokes, and yeah, exactly. And there's sort of slightly risque cartoons, and it's slightly non-politically correct. But I think they're great. So I'm collecting these now, and I've got about 40 of them now.
Wow.
But I can't find out anything about them. Now, one of the artists, one of the artists is a guy called Rusby, Rusby, which is obviously a pen name. And he does a lot of these sort of, girly covers. This is now the first. I actually bought this one, not realizing it was a different size. So when they started up in 1940, this is issue 10. And this is from about, I think this is about 1943, and you can see it's a different size. So I can't find anything out about it, which is unusual because there's about 100 of these. So you'd have thought there'd have been something about them, but I can't find anything out about them at all.
So I was leaving it to Darren. Do you know Darren?
I don't know. I mean, last time I remember, we had a quick look for them and we couldn't find.
Yeah, no, you had a look for the publisher, Youngman. I've done the same thing. I found them on Company's House, and it had them listed in the place where they're meant to be, and having stopped operations, and that's it. So
where have you picked them up? At antique shops or on eBay or anything like that?
Yeah, I bought them in. The first ones I got were in an auction.
Oh shit, a brick! I've hit the jackpot straight away, Mark.
Right, where have you gone?
I just did a random Google search.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether it's the jackpot or not. I might have been a bit gotten excited, but there appears to be someone who's written an article about Basin full of full.
Where? I can't find. I've done a lot of Google searches. I can't find it. What did you type in?
Hold on a minute. Am I able to put a link in the comments?
It might allow. It might be best to put it in the private chat.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Or you can present the screen if you want to show it here.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'll do that.
East Leeds Memories. Oh my god. The Basins.
I'm gonna try and present.
Is this the right thing?
And the bloody hell. I think it is the right thing, but
it's about Keith Waterhouse, which is not the same thing.
Oh shit! What's going on here? That's the wrong thing.
Oh yeah, there used to be a little periodical, a monthly rag bag of jokes and cartoons with the extraordinary title "Basin Full of Fun." This is by Keith Waterhouse.
Sharing now.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a blog post, isn't it? It's come up pretty small, so I can't see it anyway.
I'm not sure this is about. It does mention Basin Full of Fun, and it explains the origin of the word, but it doesn't tell me anything about the
history.
Yeah, maybe not.
It explains the origin. Explains the origin of the name Basin Falls of Fun. The basins were a series of shallow quarries in the middle of an enchanted forest.
From what? From some book or other?
Which was the training ground for my boyhood of cowboy, outlaw, smuggler, ape-man, castaway, detective.
Yeah, maybe that's not a.
It's an article by Keith Waterhouse about his childhood. But it probably does explain the title Basin Full of Fun, but it doesn't tell me anything about the artist
or publication.
Right, what's this one?
It's Wonder Woman.
Did you have the publisher, Mark?
Yes.
F. Youngman?
Yes.
Right.
That's what Coog's
Sorry,
this
doing.
I'm
one's
muted.
gonna
I'm sitting here talking and I'm muted. I'm such a dingbat.
The artist is called Rusby, Rusby, which must be a pseudonym. But he's quite prolific. He does quite a lot of the art.
Isn't F Young Men what Cougars do?
Isn't what?
F Young Men what Cougars do?
Nobody else gets
Yes, that
It's
is.
gone over their heads.
Thank you very much, Gray, for your erudite comment
start off with-
and helpful
Yeah.
input to
Helpful
this
analogy,
serious,
that was.
I've done my job.
this serious research project.
I've done my job.
Yeah, Tempest, this Romeo Tangal from DC Comics had this drawing of Wonder Woman. And I said, that looks like my wife. So he took a picture
Hello,
and put her
Paolo's here.
face on it instead and then colored it up. And this was an anniversary present of ours a couple
Oh, very
years
nice.
back.
It's great.
Nice.
So that's my wife as Wonder Woman, done by a DC legend.
I'm surprised I didn't put you on Wonder Woman.
I think this one might have to go onto the to-do list.
Yes, if you could, Aaron. It's not easy.
Hey, Paolo.
I found one on Threads. I just bought about 20 basin full of funds, it says.
Is that me?
By Suddenly Comics. You've got more posts on the internet than the internet's got posts.
There you go.
Yeah, this one's going to be a tricky one, I'll tell you now, I think.
How you doing, Tempy Bum? You all right?
Yeah, not so
Anyway,
bad. Everybody else okay?
You're sitting there on the loo with your squits. You can have exercised your mind.
Yeah. Right, okay, what's happening next?
Are you going
I
to
don't
show some
know, whatever-
comics?
We
Whatever
brought that
you
really
wanna
great
do.
big box down, so I thought you were
So
going to
you
be
bring
showing
a big
I can
box.
show you comics. I can always show you comics. I've got here the remaining box full of DC from that collection I bought. And I've also got a box of Marvel stuff that would be in my special boxes that have not been on sale ever. They've always been stashed away in my secret place, trying to just to keep them nice and neat, which I've actually been grading up and properly bagging and boarding so that I can put them on sale when I do the Marvel upload. What do you want to see?
I'm not sure I'm interested in your secret place. It sounds far too sordid for my liking.
Well, we can have a bit of both if you want. If time's allowed.
Let's have a bit of both.
Let's-
Let's have a bit of both. Let's mix it
Let's
up.
start-
Let's go
start with
AC/DC. Let's go bit of. Oh yes, well there you go. That's a good start, isn't it?
This was mentioned. This is where I got to last week, Mark, when you disappeared.
I went Shazam.
But so when we first were talking about this collection, all the Fat volumes being in there, I think it was Bill who said, "Oh, I'll tell you what else, Mark, you might be interested in is Shazam because they had a lot of oversized issues in there."
I don't think I've got that one. Can you put that on my pile, please?
Yeah, I'll put them in front of me for now.
There's a few photo ones, wasn't there, on that Shazam run with like photographs of him.
Yeah, there
posing
are.
with
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, I do collect this run. Got that one.
Well, this is probably going to fill all your gaps tonight on that run.
Yeah, well, I've got that one. So yes, the photo one was one I hadn't got. I've got that one. These are really nice grade, though.
Superb, very fine, I would say, or
Better
better.
grade than my ones. Oh, I haven't got that one. Please put that on my pile, please. I have got that one. That's the tiger one, isn't it? Yeah, the talking tiger.
Yeah.
Talky Tawny, his name, isn't it?
Yeah,
Talky
Tawny.
Yeah,
I think I've got that one.
nice.
That's issue 8, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what reprints the first Black Adam.
In that case, it's definitely got it. I've got that one. I haven't got that one.
Yeah, that's the priciest one a lot.
My
Issue
price.
1's up there, but issue 8's like double
Yeah, I haven't got that one either. Can you put that on my pile, please?
So, what is the first appearance of Black Adam then?
It's Marvel Family 1 from the Golden Age. It's a really early Golden Age comic, and he doesn't reappear for about another, God knows, 40 years or 30 something years.
Crazy. Wasn't that true of the Riddler as well? The Riddler got an appearance. He just happened to get on the TV show and he became popular after that. Sure, I've heard that about the Riddler.
That's a lovely one. I've got that one. That's got Mr. Mind on the cover and Lex Luthor. That's the first meeting of Lex Luthor and Mr. Mind.
It's like the Scarecrow, isn't it? The Scarecrow, I think, only appeared twice or three times in Golden Age.
My pile, I haven't got that one.
Yeah, we have like a guy who thinks he's Mr. Mind running our health agencies now. A guy who's had brain worms. Running our fucking health agency.
I think if I was Shazam, I'd take Mr. Mind fishing and use him as the bait.
I haven't got that one. Can you put that on my pile, please?
That? Surrender or the Frog gets it.
What issue number did it go up to?
Not that many.
22, maybe?
Yeah, it's not that long a run. Oh, yes, I haven't got that one. In fact, I've never seen that one before.
Have you got the Shazam Treasury, Mark?
Sorry?
That's got a bit of a corner going on, Mark.
That doesn't matter. I'll take it.
Bit of a tear there, look.
Yeah. It's okay. I've never actually seen that before.
Have you got the Shazam Treasury?
I think I have.
Who, me? No.
My pile, please. Yeah, file, please.
So up to number 23, and here's another one. This is the last one I've got.
That one, Carl.
That might be it.
I don't think they go much longer than that.
It's number 25.
Number 25. That's the last one of them. That's a lot of your gaps filled there, Mark.
It was, yeah. I like that series. It's a really fun series.
One I've gone down yet. Not going to yet. Not going to. Got enough collection. I'm collecting enough stuff. I must not got to start a new one.
Well, there's a bunch there that you might as well pick up while you're here, Gray.
Yeah, there were 35 actually.
Wow, that's
35. I thought it was like 22 or 25.
And I know in the Dobson stuff, I've got another load of Shazam, especially the thick ones, but in a way lower grade.
That's a low grade.
Yeah, these are that's low grade. Look great.
Yeah. I was going through one of the comics you sent me. I think it's one you gave me for free, and I was like, it's an old one. I knew the cover was loose. I opened it up. There's a massive corner torn off, literally all the way through the pages, inside. I was like, oh no, that's a shame. I was hoping it I don't want it being rough, but I want the whole page to be there so I can read it.
God, complaining about freebies now, flipping
No, I'm not complaining. I said it deliberately first. It's a freebie. It says no. People don't think I got ripped off by paying for a comic now as a freebie, but it was just worse thinking state than I hoped it would be.
Well, you know what to do with that, Gray? Stick it in Sheffield auction.
Yeah. Yeah, not a bad idea.
Well, that's a cool cover. Why is that? I recognise that from somewhere, but I don't know where.
It's not a million miles different from a Ghosts one that I read recently.
Similar action comic one as well.
People in tubes like that. It's some nice world's finest, but I'm not going to claim them because.
How many covers is there where somebody's looking at a giant footprint and scratching their heads?
A lot.
There's a lot. The real question is there enough to do a cover slingers over it? That's the real question.
There definitely is.
What could have possibly made this giant footprint?
Yeah. And there's a giant standing behind them normally.
Could it be a giant?
Yeah. A panel of handsome old gents.
Where are they?
Actually, just go back a few. Darren, was one of those a bicentennial one, or was I?
How would I know?
It'll say it on
the top banner.
Banner.
Was it that one?
No,
It might have been
there's
that
a
one.
top banner. You're too early
Well,
for the
200 winner as
bicentennial
well.
there.
No, there's no
I
banners
don't
on.
think they're quite.
I think bicentennial it was 25 or 30 cents.
Yeah,
by
it might
then.
have been that one. I was just not paying too much attention.
You'll know the bicentennial when you see it, but it's like a 30 cent. I think comics were up to 30 cents then. The regular size, the giants, they're gonna be more, but
Nice 100 pages there.
you're like 1975 right there. So
He's got all these thick ones.
I'm sure I'd need some of them, but I'm not gonna claim anything.
It's a between the legs cover.
It is, yeah.
True.
Have you done between the legs cover?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah, that the one that you did this week, Gray, or last week. Now I was really surprised Detective 405 never turned up. There was only three of you playing, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? What was the theme was now? What was the theme?
What's Henchman?
Henchman, yeah.
Oh, that's right, Henchman.
Yeah, no,
What's
it's-
on 405 then? What's the cover of 405?
First appearance of the no, got me now. The oh Christ,
Black
Rose
Mask.
O'Gould. Rose O'Gould.
League of Assassins.
Yeah, League of Assassins. It was the first
Can you
appearance.
put that last one on my pile, Darren?
Tempest was that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
first appearance of the name.
And then you've got a pile. We'll have to get a new one going.
Because supposedly their very first appearance was in Strange Adventures, but they weren't named.
Right.
Yeah, I think now you're into 19.
I mean, you'll sell all these when you put these up. They'll go.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
Is that
right
good
before he
for?
gets to the.
Is that
Is that where they did team up with
Is that a
Fantastic
Fantastic
Four? That
Four
one?
crossover, Darren, or has somebody just written 4 on it?
that's a big
Team
4 with a circle around it. I reckon that would be
Yeah.
a price.
That's fault.
Yeah, no, they teamed up with Fantastic Four on that one. I'm sure they did.
It looks like a Fantastic Four simple, but
It
yeah.
does. That's terrible, that is. Luckily, I've got that one. I'm sure I've got that one. Yeah, I've got that one as
Like
well.
you said, this is the ones he's bought down.
Yes, one goes in your pile, Ray.
No, I've got that one.
So they're the ones he bought down the junk shop, aren't they?
Yeah.
The 104s on there, probably. Yeah, I've got that one.
The World of Doomed Olsons. Is there a World of Olsons, Gray?
Absolutely,
No,
yeah.
not really.
That's
There's
pretty
everything you could-
significant.
Everything you could dream of in a Jimmy Olsen comic.
Isn't that where
multiple
Kirby
versions
took
of it.
over?
It might be. Around about then.
It's 144, so it's
Is that on
143.
Brigadoon? Is there one that says Brigadoon inside it? I think that was that one.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
nice
it's-
cover.
That's one of the last ones before it became Superman Family, isn't it?
Yeah, I
163,
think so.
157, I think.
Yeah, I got that one.
That is 162. Was that 152 or 162?
152, I think.
Oh, 152. It's another 10 issues to go.
What number was that?
152, the one just gone. This one is 153.
I mean, look at the
I
covers
just
on
said
that. It
Graham,
looks like, it
161.
looks like
I
it's-
managed to buy 2 of them the other day, rather annoyingly. Because I'm a twat.
Let's see that.
I need 157 if you got
That's
it.
your party trick, isn't it?
At the
Oh,
moment,
man, it gets so often.
Why buy one copy of something when I can buy 2?
Yeah, by accident.
We wanders around with great big lists of all the comics he needs.
Do you know what I've done recently? Bought a second copy to upgrade my original copy. And when I'm going to put it in the box, I realised I've already upgraded it. And so I've upgraded it needlessly a second time. I did that with 2 comic books recently. Oh, is that 157?
yeah.
Can I add that one, please, on my file?
Yeah, that's a nice Nick one as well.
Is it? Oh, I'll suffer it.
Suffer,
I
suffer.
always say no. I always say no if it's too expensive.
Scuff it up a bit first, Darren. Give it to Bill for
Yeah,
a
drop it
few
on the
weeks.
floor. Just a
Well, if
little
I run
scuff
out of
and-
new roll,
no, I don't go that far.
what grade do you want it in, Gray?
Let's just check the price out first before I decide.
Well, that had 2 there.
Who was buying Jimmy Olsen?
Who was? I don't know. Lots of people. It was quite a good seller at one point, wasn't it?
I've never had these Jimmy Olsens before, I don't think. So I
That was the
didn't
penultimate
think
one.
Superman was a big thing.
That's the last one. That's the last Jimmy Olsen, and they
I
turned
quite like. I have to say, I did quite like the trade dress. It's quite bold, isn't it? With the
What's
big
this
Jimmy.
one,
Yeah.
Terry?
That's 162. That's the last Jimmy Olsen, because number 163 Superman Family, isn't it? Was it?
No.
Oh, I'm wrong. That's 164. Maybe it's 164. That's 163. That must be the last one then. Yeah. Then it becomes. Then Supergirl got and Lois Lane got cancelled, and then they did the Superman Family continued on there.
Superboy.
Because you must have the Superman Family you pulled out last week must have been the continuation of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I keep thinking about getting Superboy again, but
I've got a fair few.
I've got to get rid of
Superboys.
some.
I like Superboys.
Yeah.
I've got this opinion that Superman never really took off in the UK, and it's an American thing, and it's really hard to sell Superman stuff.
Can't sell it.
Maybe.
Can't sell anything. Can't sell anything Superman.
Even Superboy,
Surely the old
Jimmy
Silver
Olsen,
Age stuff you must be able to.
Lois
Surely.
Lane.
No, can't sell it.
Well, why aren't you selling it to me for a cheaper price then? You can't bloody well sell it. You should. There's no demand. I demand to pay £1 per comic if there's anything Superman related.
I'm stupid enough to think at some stage all the Superman stuff will become valuable after James Gunn's done his movie.
Not the way they're pulling it apart, they won't.
Oh, this one's nice.
Just sell all the ones that I need to me for £1, and everyone's happy then. That's how I see it. You've got rid of stock you can't sell.
That is nice, isn't it?
That is a good one. I've got that one. I think I've got the whole. I think it's got a back cover on it, but I can't remember now.
So I think I with my last discount sale, I think once I hit like 66%, someone just came along and bought every single Lois Lane or Jimmy Olsen. Can't remember which one, but it obviously reached that point at which they were happy with the price. So the demand
I
is
bought a load of crap just to sell on to my mate because I knew he'd buy them. I made some money on them.
Was it you who bought them, Ray?
It might well have been. I remember buying some doubles of stuff because I thought I knew my mate would want them. Everyone wins. You got some money. You got some comics. I got some money.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I offset some of my comic buying.
Somebody else when they hit £1. So again at 66% off, and so a near mint comic was hit £1. Someone came along and bought every single Spider-Man comic. It was 2 long boxes, I think I shipped to him.
Wow.
So, and I think that, I think he might have read them, but I think he then sold them on later.
Yeah, well, you would be able to. Spider-Man at £1 a comic is a deal.
Obviously not Amazing Spider-Man, but...
Yeah.
All these Superboys you showed so far, I've got all of them. I'm pretty sure you don't show one that I don't need yet.
Are we going up in the numbers or down? That's 168.
Up. I think you're going up.
Oh.
Let's go check my numbers out.
Now, it goes to show, like you wrote the Superman.
Something different now, anyway.
When I got down to the issue 110.
Right. And that is a minor key. Do you know why?
Dr. Light's 66 appearance.
It's Mal. That is the first.
I
That is a very early black superhero. It's the first appearance of Mal as the Guardian.
I thought he was like something like the horn player or something like that, Gabriel or something. Didn't he play a horn at some point?
Gabriel is another character.
Is it a different character?
Yeah, Gabriel is another character. Yeah. He was one of the ones that were introduced when they restarted them, wasn't
That's
it?
a great cover. Is that Joe Kubert?
I'm pretty sure that's Nick Cardy.
Oh, he's Nick Cardy. Okay, yeah, he did a
I
lot of
showed
it.
this one on Cover Slingers yonks
Yeah.
ago. It was
And
not
that
that.
timeline, if it's not Neil Adams, it's Nick Cardy.
I think that's
I
one of the
didn't
only
know
ones
that
I've got of that run. I
That's
think about 3 or 4 of that run.
Gray Morrow, and then the next one I think is Neil Adams.
Oh, my pile, please. I haven't
Oh,
got that. I collect Teen Titans. I haven't got that.
Right, let me move Tempestuses out the way.
And when I was
Start a pile for Tempest.
when I got down to my Superman collection, when I got down to the 110 that I wanted to get to, and then I ended up getting 109 and 108. There is 107 on there from Silveracre. I've got issue 107, and they've had that on there now for nearly 3 years. And all they do is put it up in price.
Well, yeah, because they're adding inflation.
Yeah, it's right. But then, I mean, they've had it there at least 3 years, to my knowledge. So you would have thought,
Yeah, but that's the way Silveracre operate.
They've
They've got huge amounts of stock.
Yeah.
So all they do is they take it all every year and just add on.
So they couldn't.
I
They
haven't
couldn't
got
sell
that
it.
either. Can you put that on my pile?
Yeah, they couldn't sell it at 100
this
quid.
one's a bit rough, Mark.
140.
Okay, I'll leave it then.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's got a detached centerfold.
No.
That's another one I've got on it, that run.
What
There's some
number's
good
that?
covers on these Teen
Yeah,
Titans.
no, Teen Titans. I haven't got that one. Put on my
Number
pile,
15.
please.
Definite spine roll.
Yeah, that's okay. I could sort that out.
At best, this is a fine.
I'll do.
Okay.
Got that one.
Lilith.
Yeah. Some nice covers on these Teen Titans, aren't they?
They
There's
are
a lot
good,
of-
aren't they? Yeah.
There's a lot of Nick Cardy.
I'm collecting them very, 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 very slowly.
He must have done thousands of covers, hasn't he, over the years?
Oh, unbelievable how prolific he was. That's a great one. That's one of the few skiing covers. So have you done skiing on Cover Slingers?
No, I'm sure we spoke about it before, though, didn't we, Mark? I'm sure
Yeah.
we had a conversation about it. There's a few
I
horror ones.
can identify about 4 skiing covers.
There's a Brave and the Bold. There's a Batman one where he's meeting an abominable snowman. There's a
correct.
couple of ghost issues. One where I
Correct.
think kids are skiing and there's a snowman with a dead body in it, and one where the ghostly hands are coming out of the ground whilst they're skiing past.
Yeah,
So
that's about it.
I won the skiing episode playing 1941 issue of Champion.
doesn't Flag Smasher sometimes go around on skis?
That is always cited. If you talk about Nick Cardy, you talk about best Nick Cardy covers. That is always one of the Nick Cardy covers that's quoted as being, but people like that one. I do too. And I think I probably would put that into my top 10 Nick Cardy covers.
That's where the Beast joins. Beast Boy.
The jump shot by looks of it.
I've got that one. It's number 4, isn't it?
Yeah, number 4. Yeah.
The Olympic rings.
Nearly at the end of this box.
66.
You say the skiing cover. I didn't hear you mention. There's one. I'm sure there's a skiing cover with Batman's flying off.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the one you mentioned?
Yeah, he did mention it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see an issue number on that.
There is
a one-off WD something or other.
Yeah.
100 pages. It's a 100-page spectacular.
Yeah, it's not part of the normal run. It's part of the 100-page run.
I like having them because I think that they were, I don't know, not like, I don't know whether they're rare or not.
They're all a bunch of reprints. That one is as well. That's one of them as well. DC 14. I think. That's one. They're bunches of reprints.
Is there nothing original in them whatsoever?
Not that I know of. Not in those ones. Ooh.
I think the only thing original is the covers.
Yeah.
That's 91, isn't it? Or 90?
92.
92.
That's Neil
That's
Adams.
the last Adams.
It's the
Worth a little
crucifixion
bit, I
cover.
think.
Right before it
Yeah.
cut off. Fuck, I need those.
That's a junk job. I love the way it's got 5p on it. We'll reduce it to 4. See if we sell it.
Yeah.
Fuck, I need those. I need
What number's that one?
not
74.
89, but I've needed those. Are the big boys already pulled
What?
out here?
74 was that just before it became Green Lantern and Green
What number was
Arrow?
that, Darren?
74.
4.
74.
I think that's the one just before it became Green Lantern and Green Arrow. Isn't it?
Can you put that on my pile?
This one, Gray.
74, yeah, please. And it might be expensive, but I'll find out and what the price is.
That one's all right. It's in grade.
Great.
Oh, good. What number's that one?
65.
65. Oh, no, I haven't got that one. Actually, no, I probably haven't got that one, but I'm only collecting 70 to the end of the run, I think, on that run. I can't remember now.
No,
Yeah,
Kyle, the
so-
big boys are not pulled out of this already. This is untouched, this collection. But he didn't collect every single comic in every single run. In fact, I'm finding like it's probably covered, I don't know, 66% of the run when he's in it. So not every issue. Like that Shazam, not every single one was there.
Yeah, just missed over the first
Mark
John
for the tape on
Stewart.
that one, that's nice.
This one's got minor tape repairs on the back. You can hardly notice.
Well, it's done almost unbelievably well, isn't it? You can hardly tell.
Very professional.
What
They
comic's
must have
that?
sent-
What comic? What number is that one?
Gray sees the tape and he wants it.
Well, it's my grade, isn't it? What number is it?
Number 42.
Yeah.
42. I think I might have that one.
There's even a 6.
There's even some on the cover.
Say no, 'cause I think I've got it.
That's so you could colour it in later.
The only person you're going to sell that to is the Grey Man, right?
Well, better than Teen Titan.
I actually have on the shop a few Grey Men.
Do you?
The one thing that I can sell is anything at £1. Anything. Doesn't matter what it is. At £1, bang, gone.
Yeah.
There's another DC number 22. DC 22.
22.
Yeah.
How do you recognise them, Terry? How do you got memorised? How do you got memorised?
Terry hits the spot.
I've got that one upstairs.
Yeah, I used to collect those.
Well, they say Super DC Giant up top, so
I did used to collect them. I think I had them all originally.
It took me 30 odd years to collect all the 100 pages.
Blimey. I've never even tried. I never even looked at them. I just
No,
Have you
no,
still
I bought them
have
as
you
they
still
came
got-
out.
Have you still got
It's
them
a
all?
bit easier.
Tom?
Yeah, because I only finished collecting them this year.
Okay.
how many are there?
Last year.
I think it went up to about 38 or 39, didn't it?
Well, there's the super spectaculars, and then there's just the 100-page ones as well. So I've picked
No,
all of them.
DC number, was it 38 or 39? I didn't think it went any higher than 39.
Something like that. Yeah.
Right, now that's the end of that box. So whose were these marks, I think?
What a shame.
What were you after, Gray?
Loads of things, but nothing particular at the moment. Just a shame the DCs have run out. That's all.
Are you sure you want to see? Are you sure your hearts can handle my special box?
It's Marvel, isn't it? I'll have to just suffer. I could probably maybe read a DC comic while you're doing it, just to keep time me over.
Now, Mark,
Yes.
can you advise me if you see anything in this next box that you think is a good CGCer, please?
Yeah.
There are a couple I've got in my mind anyway, but
Are you going? I think you stopped doing CGC. Is it you got to do? You decided to do a little project of CGC in some of you?
well, Mark reckons that I ought to, so
Yeah,
I'll take his advice on some.
There are some comics that it's worth paying the 40 quid because you'll add a lot more than 40 quid. So for instance, I've got a few comics. I'm starting a little pile of comics for my next CGC submission, because my daughter, one of my daughters, now works about 2 doors down from the CGC offices in London. So I can now give her the comics. So this, so something like this, Destroyer Duck.
Has she actually said you can do that, or you just?
Yes, she's agreed to do it. Yeah.
You didn't force her into that job, did you, Mark?
Sorry,
she's gonna ruin her.
You didn't force her into that job, did you?
Yeah. She's gonna ruin her lunch hour to put your CGC comics.
She's a patent lawyer. First appearance of Doomsday. Really, I only do them if I think they're going to come back 9+.
What's that worth for the 9.8? I didn't think that was really a big book, though.
Oh, it is a big book. The issue is that Raw will probably go for about 20 quid. If you get that graded and it's a 9.8, it's probably 80 and 90 quid. So it's, if you think it's and I do think that is a really high. I can't see anything wrong with it. So for me, it's worth playing.
I totally agree with your figures, 100%, Mark. Except the only reason that for me that would be don't bother sending is that I've got to invest like 30 quid in 6 months to get it back.
Yes. Yeah, this one, first appearance of Gambit. Again, I think it's 9+. I'll probably press it and clean it before it goes. I could probably sell that for 80, 90 quid. It comes back in 9.8. It's probably worth a couple of hundred. So
9.8 is the magic number. If you can get 9.8, all of a sudden you're like 5 times.
So the thing is what to do. You don't want anything that depends on you getting the 9.8.
No.
Are you with me? So if it only works if it gets 9.8, no. So if this gets anything above a 9.2, that's probably worth doing. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, I on that one, I would say on that particular book, and I've got multiple copies.
Yeah.
I would only send the ones that I would think will come back 9.8.
Yeah.
And others I would tell more.
Yeah. Yeah. So this one, I do think is 9.8 grade. This is a Punisher again.
Number 1. Yeah. I've got one of them as well.
Yeah. And I think that is.
Is that that's a variant, Mark? I reckon.
It is. It's a second print, I think.
Right.
Second print variant.
I gave all those to my grandnephew. I have all the rare variants of those.
But this is actually quite a pricey comic, and if it comes back in 9.8, it's worth. That's the type of one that's worth doing, and it's really clean. I can't see anything wrong with it.
So, Mark, that first Doomsday you had there, because the most expensive ones of those are the ones that have got the DC Universe.
Yes, this hasn't.
No.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
those are ridiculously
print.
priced. Those are really crazy prices. Yeah,
that's a 5th print, but they got bagged up and stuff, so they got damaged a lot more. It's in there.
And then this is the other one. This is the other one I'm probably going to get CGC'd on the next submission. This is a Frank Frazetta cover on Eerie. The original artwork on this sold for a huge amount of money. It was one of the most expensive comics.
Egyptian Queen, isn't it called? The Egyptian Queen?
The Egyptian Queen. And this copy of Eerie goes for ridiculous sums of money. This is not a 9.8, but just getting this great. This is probably it's probably a 6 or a 5.5, but it's still worth getting graded because it's a really expensive comic.
The most important thing about that is it's September 1969.
Exactly. That's why, and it's got a lovely T&P 2 shillings and 6p stamp on it in the top.
Lovely.
Oh, cool. Oh yeah.
Now I've got on those DC Universe. I've got 3 on the three of the Wonder Womans I've got. But they all came from when I was buying them from Mile High Comics, and obviously they at the time didn't know what they were selling. Because I never paid any more for them. I paid any others.
Those are all worth getting graded. Because
I can't believe that little bloody one logo makes a difference. It's crazy.
Well, what was the logo in this instance?
It just says DC Universe. It just says DC Universe in it. But
I know what it said, but why was it put on there?
all they did, the books were sold in like packs.
Yeah,
Because
they're
5 packs, 10
fifth
packs.
prints, and they were sold at a place called Ollie's here in the States.
Yeah.
So
They're
do they
fifth
not have
prints.
fifth print on the indicia?
Yeah,
I noticed what
I've got a whole stack of them upstairs if you want to see them.
I mean, they're easy to get in America, but because they never supposedly came over here.
Yeah, they're
The
not
only
easy.
reason I got
They're
them
they're
was
they're
from my
super limited print run, but
Yeah.
they're like fifth prints, fourth and fifth
If you
prints.
watch Mint Hunter, you know, on YouTube, if you watch him, he's got rakes of them, sort of like he's tried to get every single one in a 9.8, and I don't think he's that far off.
Yeah, that's just
Fool's
too far
errand.
out.
Taking
You
it to
got
the
too much
extreme.
time
agree.
and money
No.
when you can do something like that.
Yeah, but that's
Right.
why.
I have like 15 of them.
Well, I mean, he's done that with all the sort of, it's a big Batman storyline as well, hasn't he? So.
Yeah.
Right, Mark,
Is that
we're in it.
Right. So Adventure into Fear number 11.
That first man thing. I know.
It's not a key.
First Jennifer Kale, whoever Jennifer Kale is.
Yeah, it's
Jennifer-
not a key. I wouldn't get that CGC.
She in the Agatha All Along series, she's the one that was Shears and made of the black girl.
Now, I do
The
warn
only
you,
one
that,
here you want graded is 19.
Is she related to Sally
first
Seaweed?
Howard.
Yeah, first Howard.
We'll find out when it's got a big white sticker on it.
Yeah.
I personally wouldn't get that graded. I would sell it raw. I think you'll get a decent price raw for that, and it's not worth paying the grading price.
They'll charge you extra for that, wouldn't they? Because it's big key, wouldn't they?
As these get high grade, they become closer worth getting.
Yeah. I was going to get this one done, maybe.
I think that's worth getting done. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that one's worth it. Yeah.
I'll put them all in the same box and rewatch the video to pluck them out.
So that's a tricky one. That is a really nice comic. I probably would get that graded.
Really? Wow.
Even though it's a GD, it's, you're probably going to get your money's worth back off that. Oh, that's a beaut. Have you got that only as a good? I have that. I have that probably lower grade than you've got it. Oh, okay.
Got some problems.
Price sticker removal on the front cover has pulled the cover off, and the previous owner has color touched.
Oh, forget it.
Don't
never
never grade a color touch.
Can you make it out? It's just there. Do you see a slightly different purple?
If you've seen it, they will.
Yeah. Don't do
Never.
it.
That's a restored.
Just sell it raw.
Never
No,
grade a
that's-
color touch book.
That's nice.
If it's colour touched, I'll give you £1 for it, mate.
These are difficult. These low grade Supermans are tricky to establish whether it's worth grading or not.
Spider-Man.
And Spider-Man's as well.
Probably, all of these were going to go on raw, Mark. So unless you tell me otherwise, they were going to go on raw anyway.
No.
Barbarian.
You got a customer for the first Electro.
Yeah, Trey, you got a customer.
Price it up and let Barbarian come for him.
I love that comic, but that's far too low grade to get graded.
Yeah.
For me, it needs to be a key or very high grade.
Well, that's a pretty big key, actually, though.
It is a big key.
Yeah, but if it's a key in a very low grade, it becomes like grey area.
There's not many
No.
below 50
No.
Spider-Man that aren't, are there?
No. No.
This is a
Second
tricky
appearance
one,
of
that, Mark.
Kingpin, first
I know
cover.
it is a tricky one, yes.
The reason
you
it's
grade
not
it-
tricky, though, is that all of the damage is on the front cover. If all the damage was on the back cover, it would be
Yeah.
a different story.
Yeah. Probably no. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
get
this
that
is
one
100%
graded.
a yes for me.
Yeah. Get that one graded. Yeah.
And I've even checked the Marvel stamps in it.
That'd be the first thing you checked.
No,
And that's the second appearance Punisher.
no,
Is that the first tarantula?
no.
Yeah,
It isn't.
that's
Peter
134.
I
If
thought that
that's
was
issue
Peter Parker.
134, that's the first tarantula and the second cameo appearance of Punisher.
Okay, there we go.
I thought Peter Parker #1 was.
No, that
No.
Peter Parker one's a copy of that. That's his second full
No.
appearance.
It's too low grade. If you had that in a VF or something, Marvel
Marvel
stamp
stamp.
out. Definitely no.
Is that a key, like first Mary Jane or something? That one.
This is the third Punisher, I think. But
Yeah.
with the stamp
Well,
out,
it's considered the second Punisher because the previous issue just has him in a panel. That's kind of key, but the movie
The problem
sucked.
with that one is that because the movie was so crap, it maybe, but I wouldn't. It wouldn't be on top of my list.
Was
It's
it that
been
bad?
gone.
That film? I've not seen
No.
it. So was it really rubbish? Was it?
Well, they
I'm
used a
not-
bunch
I'm
of
not
young
in it.
kids for an old lady part.
Yeah.
First
Is it
time,
almost
man.
a Captain America film?
No.
this was not in there for the purposes of grading. I'd actually stuck a 9.8 sticker on this, and I've decided to take some of my 9.8 stickers off and just whack it through as raw near mint. So they are really, really, really nice condition,
Yeah, those are nice condition, but they're not special.
but they're not special. So
Yes. I would get that one graded.
yeah, this one debatably, yeah. I mean, I would like it to be higher condition, obviously, but
I just gave that away, too.
I'd definitely get that one graded.
Just gave that one
Oh.
away, too.
right. What's this?
Well, it's
Hang
a
on a minute.
facsimile.
Yeah.
It's a foil facsimile. I wouldn't grade it.
Do you know how much this one sells for? Round about 300 to 400 quid.
Well, it's up to you. I think it's I think it's very difficult grading foil covers.
Well, I tell you, I'll tell you what's special about this is that it's it is, as you say, it's a reprint. It's called Marvel Collectible Classics Amazing Spider-Man. It's a chromium cover, and there are only 5,000 issued, but it was recalled. And I don't know why it was recalled, but it was recalled. So therefore, there are not many out there.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it before. I'd have to.
McFarlane didn't give his permission.
Yeah.
So I would have to inspect it to make, because I tell you what the issue is with these foily ones, Mark. I think, I mean, you've seen that the foil sometimes comes off horribly, but that's not the issue. It's scratches on the foil, and they don't change the color. They're not color breaking or anything, but they would certainly get downgraded, I'm sure, for like the scratchiness.
Yeah, I've never graded a foil. That's a nice one.
First Venom cover.
I think you've harshly graded it. I would probably grade that. I know you're
I'll
grading.
tell you what it is, Mark. Right, it's had an impact ding.
Okay, no then.
So there's a few stress marks here.
Okay, all right, no then.
I thought that they might be pressable out, but I changed my mind when I had a second look at it. So again, I'm being fairly ruthless and just, if I'm going to grade something, it's got to be absolutely nailed on.
I would grade that if it was near mint.
Yeah, ditto, yeah.
Same again.
Is that the same one again?
Yeah, you've got three.
You got three of them. First Carnage, isn't it?
Yeah. First, second, and waiting for the third with all the heads come up.
What I would be tempted to do with, yes, I would grade that. If you think it's near mint, I'd grade it.
This blue says to me, this has already been pressed and cleaned. I sent a batch off to get pressed and cleaned in order to get it graded. So that one's a definite grade.
I would grade it.
This one is not in there. any
That
reason.
is one of my favourite covers. I think it's a great cover, but if it's in VG, no.
Yeah, that one says the back cover has rolled and the 2 corner folds on the back cover. Some of these,
I don't know that one, so probably no.
That's where you find out the Red Skull killed his parents.
some of these in this box, right, are not like
Manual
super
5.
expensive or anything. They just happen to. I needed to put some comics away, and there was a space in the special box, so I put them in the space to make sure the special box wasn't wobbling. So there will be some in here that you're like, "What? That's not special," and I know.
It wouldn't
Probably
be my
not.
top category for getting graded. It's not. No.
These ones are not necessarily expensive or anything, but the reason I put them in my box is it's rare that you don't get some kind of a spine ding along this on a floor.
I know, but even if you get it, are you adding 50, 40, 50?
Oh, no, it's not there for grading. It's just there because it's incredibly high grade. So therefore, when it goes on the shop, people will know that that's what they're going to get is a really high grade one. So this is a horror story because this is a fine condition comic and you can't really see much wrong with it from the front.
No, I can't.
But when I turned it over, I realized that the back cover has completely detached. And can you see a slight discoloration down the spine? It's been repaired and the tape's still on it, but it's still, even though that, he's done a good job. And you know, it's declared, so I'm still saying I'm going to go for very good on that.
No,
that just reprints annual 1 there.
Nope.
At the time when I was sticking these in the box, it was because I was just squirreling away anything old and Amazing Spider-Man, because you can't beat Amazing Spider-Man.
I mean, you have to be fairly strict when you're looking at CGC grading because you're adding 34. Yes, I would.
Yeah, that's gradable.
Yeah, grade it.
It's not the variant edition, but it's gradable.
Was that a key or something?
It's the first silk.
First silk. No, I do them near mint.
Agreed.
You got what, a 9.6 on the variant of that, Mark?
Yeah.
God, that's a dull cover.
I think I really like covers like this.
Dumb as a blinking box of frogs, that is.
And Cassidy just died of a heart attack at like 53 years old. God damn it.
Right. Okay. Yes, I would grade
that's best to get graded just to preserve.
Yeah, I would grade it.
Or is that Avengers #1?
Yeah.
Avengers #1.
Avengers #1.
You don't want the grade to go down.
That is a
no
no-brainer.
More, so.
That is a no-brainer. Grade it.
Absolutely. I know. You know,
I would send that to John Lacey,
and I'm going to do exactly that, Mark.
I'm going to get him. I would get him to press it, clean it, and I would submit it and definitely grade it.
Yeah, 100% yes. Because for all the reasons you've said, but also then there's no debate about the grade when it comes back.
Yeah.
And it helps you price it then.
Quite nice.
Yeah.
It's really, really nice.
You'll get whatever it'll cost you to get that graded. It'll definitely pay back being graded. That is a no-brain grader.
But not only that, Mark, is that also from a website shop perspective, I might even overprice it for a couple of years so it stays there, because I think it's important to have an advert for, you know, I don't just sell crap comics. There's some real spectacular ones as well.
Hey, Graham, you going to go for the September 1963 issues? Because that's September of 63.
No, just 69. Just my birth year.
Now, this one's a key, I reckon, isn't it? Is it first Z-Man?
Yeah, first Masters of Evil.
I'd want it a bit better than the fine.
Okay, fair dues. Let's see what the problems are. A bit of foxing and spine rub. And there's a tear on the edge of one interior page. But that, I mean, I've been harsh with that. That's going to be How much can foxing get removed by cleaners?
Not much.
Not much.
Foxing is tricky.
I've seen people try and do it with like hydroperoxide or whatever.
Yeah. You can do it
But
with
I don't like that.
You do it in an ozone chamber. It's.
So yeah, it's not high enough, basically, Mark. I agree.
No, it's a nice cover, but it's VG.
This is the first
with VG. You're not adding a huge amount of value, and people
the big thing. See what a mess someone's made.
Yeah. So you're better off selling that raw. You'll sell that raw a lot quicker than you'll sell it graded. Right, one of my favourite covers of all time. Ooh, that is a tricky one. I would get that graded. I'd get that cleaned and pressed by John Lacey and grade it.
Mine came back as 7.0 after I sold it or traded it, but
I'm not as keen on that one.
Kyle, what's special about that? I don't know if there is, but you'll tell me.
It's where Clint Barton becomes Giant Man. It's where Hawkeye becomes Giant Man. That's also where that same issue is where Black Widow becomes a good guy. That Goliath issue. There's Ed Hannigan. There's a classic Ed Hannigan cover. Go back to that previous. Go back to that previous one.
QNS is saying blue light gets rid of toxin.
Yeah, that one in the issue previous with her face on it. That's the story that Black Widow becomes a superhero instead of a bad guy.
This one I stuck in there because I stuck it in the box around about Infinity War time. Because this is
the auction. Interesting, the auction I was watching today at Anderson and Garland.
That's probably worth grading.
The Avengers, they couldn't shift the Avengers at all. They were all going at minimum price.
So the ones in the auction today, were they American ones exclusively?
Yeah.
Because what earlier on in the show, while you were mentioning this, I drifted off and just had a look at what's on there in the next one. Yeah. Jesus Christ, that's an amazing British comic collection.
It is an amazing British
comic. But I tell you what, they've screwed up there, Mark, because the description of their items are terrible in the title. And that's why they're not achieving the money, I reckon, because they haven't described them properly.
Yeah.
They've said like a bunch of British reprints.
Yeah, no. Oh no, I'm hoping to pick up some loads of bargains tomorrow.
I did. There were three lots that interested me.
Yeah, don't bid. If you're going to bid, let me know. Yes.
Which auction's that?
Yeah.
Oh, don't tell Tempers.
Yeah, if you're at near mint on that 10.
No, that last one you need to get graded.
First Rogue.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you think that's near mint, get it graded.
Well, I've said estimated 9.2 on that.
Well, that's fine. I'd still get it graded.
Yeah. That one pisses me off. If you guys have seen the original Michael Golden drawing that he was going to be submitted for that, and then they pulled him out and made Al Milgram do a pay step in like overnight.
What's key about this one, Kyle? Test your knowledge.
What is that?
Avengers Annual 23.
Avengers Annual 23?
Yeah. What's key about it?
I wouldn't even have a clue. Annual 23.
I'll tell you, it's absolutely nothing. It was one of the spare ones that I put to fill the gap.
Yeah.
Well
done, Kyle. You and I got that right. No. What the hell's that?
This is Avengers. I'm not sure whether I might have put it in there because anything that I find with a superb edge, because white edges, pure white colours and pure red and pure purple, they're so difficult not to get spine ticks showing.
Yeah, you'll pay 40 quid to get that graded and then you'll be able to sell it for 20.
Oh, I'm not grading that one exactly, yeah.
Right, that is a key, but it's gone down dramatically. I would not pay to get that graded at this stage. I would put that aside. Might be worth grading in the future. I think it's got a future, but it's not now.
That's a variant.
No.
Black Panther 1.
No, I wouldn't grade.
Now
any
issue 2. You should. Why should you in issue 2?
Is it to do with Shuri? I don't know.
It's the first appearance of Shuri. That's like the third appearance of
Yelena Belova.
Belova.
I still wouldn't get it graded.
this is probably a filler one as well that I just stuck in there.
Yeah, well, that's the Return of Nomad.
Ah, right. Now we're talking. Okay, that's a tricky one.
Is it the first appearance?
Is it
Is that-
23?
24.
Well, no,
24
right.
is
Oh, I
officially
think
the first
23 is a
appearance.
first appearance. I think this is a
Yeah.
second appearance. Some people say 23 is the first cameo. It's utter nonsense. She's in about 5 pages. So I think this is the second appearance. It's still a very collectible book. That is a tricky one. I would probably send that off to John and get it pressed and cleaned with you. If
Well,
you're
it's
going to
fine
send...
plus, but I tell you where else that I need to really have a long conversation, or as much as you're willing to give, Mark, is about censuses and pence copies.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I think that I've got some of right, Terry. I know you're going to get very excited now and spill your drink. These were put in here a long time before I had your list, and so I've got all these. I think again. So we'll just see. But I know you're going to be wanting me to put them on your pile, but I've got a whole separate thing ready for your pile when I get around to it. That's number 37.
Personally, I'd grade it. That
Now,
is
these Daredevils.
It's a Doom cover. I would get that graded now because
I think I've got 37 anyway.
if you can get it back before the movie, which you would, go for it.
Now, look, this I've put on here, CGC candidate. I reckon it's a 9.6 plus.
In which case, grade it.
Because I just think that a pence copy in that grade is going to be hard to find.
Very hard to find. Almost impossible.
I can't remember who I bought it from. It was years ago, but there was a beautiful run of Daredevils and a beautiful run of Fantastic Four in such high grade. I stuck them all in this box, and only a couple of days ago I went back through them to look again, and I've tightened up since I first put them in the box. But nevertheless, so some of them I've now rejected, but others are like this one I've put 9.4 plus on.
I would do that as a second tier. I wouldn't do it as my first CGC submission, but I'd definitely have
second tier.
Yeah, a second submission. Yeah.
Oh, you mean later on?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it as my first submission. Oh, you've got some crackers here.
I've got this as a 9.2 plus.
Oh, it's Stiltman as well. But it's a later appearance of Stiltman. These are not the. Oh, that was second tier as well for me.
So you're saying hold on to them and send them again? Send them in a later batch.
I wouldn't do it as my. So you said to me, I don't. You sent 100 in for CGCing and it was a huge cost. Don't do that. Send 10 to 20 in, get them back, sell them, and then send the next 10 to 20 in. So these ones for me are they're in the second batch of sending ins.
Right.
Yeah. These are nice comics, but they're you probably are adding value by CGCing them, but they're not as significant. I mean, they're beautiful, but they're not as significant as the. Why is there no Collet stamps on that?
This is where I'm up to in the grading process.
All right, okay.
So yes, I was sort of the same way. I was going to intend to send all these to the shop raw, and it was only if you turn around and said, you know what, pence copies are in like 9.6 and better on the census. There's hardly any of them. Then I think it would be worth doing.
Well,
and I think it would be
people
worth
don't pay for that. People don't pay for that. People are not paying for pence copies. So the answer is yes. These are extremely rare in high grade in pence copies, but people are not paying for it at the moment. I think they will in the future, but they're not at the. Okay, hang on a minute. Is that the first Bullseye?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, don't rehash that again.
We're not going to have that.
Is it the cooker?
Kal-El's cooking dinner. He's okay. Hang on. What grade is that?
We've not graded it yet. You ain't got that far.
Okay, just looking at the front cover. Near mint.
I would. That would be my first range of submissions.
I reckon that's in grade.
I would grade that.
I'm just
Nice.
glad to say I've got more from 88. So.
No, that you haven't even. This is like compared to the run I've got for you downstairs, Terry. This is shit. This is the shit stuff. You wait till the week when I show you what's in your list, mate. You'll be like falling off your chair.
That's definitely
as well, buddy.
You're not going to show us a whole load of Frank Miller Daredevils now, are you?
No, this is the only one.
Well,
I've got them all. I've got them all downstairs in
yeah.
the shit boxes. And this is these boxes. These boxes. I've not put stuff in these boxes apart from the Avengers.
Actually, I would potentially grade that. That is the type of comic that I think is worth grading. So, if you were to sell that raw, you wouldn't get a huge amount of money for it. If you do grade that, some of these modern ones, modern keys, they're far more valuable as a 9.8 graded than they are as a raw. Yeah, I'd get one of those graded.
Well, one of them I've got a 9.8 sticker on, so
yeah.
I've got to recheck it. But if it genuinely is, then yeah.
When I was collecting that second volume, I picked up trade paperbacks on things because of these ones, and then on eBay, somebody had issue 9 to 15 for about 50 quid, and make offers. So I did. And I got it for about 40, I think.
Well done.
And on the same list on eBay, it was that number 9. Someone's trying to get 150 quid for. They're just selling me 6 books for £40. Ridiculous.
These are all about the first Echo, aren't they? All of those.
Yeah, number 9.
It's only the first one that's worth getting graded.
This was just there because it's a 9.8.
No,
this is not for grading at all. This is just
a 1990s bling comic.
Chrome.
I like the bling.
I know, I do too, but they're not worth anything. Right. What grade have you got on this?
I don't know. It's not graded. Actually, it says needs a clean and press before CGC. Should be a fine. Yeah.
Again, I'd say that.
No, it's not a fine. I've had my rose tinted spectacles on. I'd say that's a very good.
No, then. No. If fine plus, I'd be submitting that, but no.
Who did that cover? That's a nice cover, that.
You've got some crackers here. No, it's not high grade enough.
Well, again, all of these were planned to be raw, so I'm just taking any advice gratefully accepted.
I think from here.
Is that the first Super Scroll?
From here, that looks like a 4 or 5.
You mean in terms of grading?
Yeah,
might have been. I wonder if it could be.
It's not going to be a fine. It's going to be a very good
4 or 5 VG plus.
I don't know if it's going to make a plus.
You think it's a VG?
Yeah,
probably.
And
not.
I'm only looking at the front cover at the minute, and I've got to check all the pages on the back as well. I'm more than happy to be selling these raw, Mark.
You'll sell them raw. So that's my point. You'll get a decent price for them raw. Is it worth paying the 50 quid and waiting all the time to get them graded? Probably not. These will sell raw.
That's first a tumour.
That is the first man with the bunny ears.
Again,
no,
all flaws on the front cover on this.
I wouldn't grade it personally.
No.
Love that one. Probably not. I have that in a similar grade, and I haven't graded it. So low.
Oh, there shall be an ending.
This is Stan Lee doing his Shakespeare. No, probably not.
I've just got to run over there and get a comic that should be in this.
The issue is you'll sell all these anyway, Darren.
Yeah,
raw.
absolutely, yeah.
You bought anything this week, Tempers?
I've got a few bits I can show when Darren's done.
Yeah, cool. How's life in Sheffield treating you?
He's doing all right, yeah. I went to the comic book collectors at Sheffield Clubhouse the other day, but everything was boarded up, so I'm not quite sure what's going on.
Have you sold any of your toys lately?
Yeah, I did a toy fair.
I would always grade it. That's
Now-
a comic. I would always grade it.
I agree. I do agree with you. But what I don't know is there's a missing corner here. And that missing corner is on the next 2 pages as well.
I would still grade it.
What do you think that will come back as?
A
Because
3.
I've heard stories about incomplete gradings.
No, that'll come back as a check the. I think that'll come back as a 3.54, 3.5, or a 3. I would still get it graded.
As long as it doesn't come back incomplete,
No, it won't come incomplete just for a missing corner.
This one I said a fine plus on this.
I get that graded as well. That is a key because that is the first day of Johnny Storm at university.
Actually, I'm not sure whether. Yeah.
I all those the flipe. Yes, grade it.
Full
50 years later, Johnny Storm was still paying his college fees.
Yes. I'm a bit biased on Fantastic. Probably no.
Yeah, I think it's been and gone. When the Guardian, when he came out, Warlock.
Yeah.
That the time's gone.
Yeah.
Come on, camera, do your stuff.
I don't know how they messed that character up so badly, to be honest with you.
But the advantage is at least your face goes out of focus as well, Darren.
Oh, thank you very much.
No.
I'm not sure why I put these in. These could, those Daredevils that were really nice. I think these Fantastic Fours are really nice as well.
I know, but they're later, and they're
not key. They're not key in any way.
You might do those as a later submission if you.
I'm tempted to say not to bother. Just grade them up. Put a normal sticker on.
You want some cash flow, and those will sell raw. No.
In fact, this may well be the last one. We've already gone past, I think, the last one of any interest in this box. Oh, come on, camera. You've been behaving quite well.
No. There you go. I think you've got about 6, 7 there that I would grade.
And that's good because I think I can completely agree with you on every single one of them, but you've swayed me on a couple.
Okay.
That I might not have done.
And there's a couple I would definitely send them to John Lacey for.
All of them. You, in my opinion, Mark, you have to, if you're going to do a CGC, you have to have.
Yeah, I agree.
You have to clean and press it before.
Yeah.
Even if it does no positive impact whatsoever.
Yeah. I mean, I clean and press all of mine that I submit to CGC.
Right. So. There is, of the Marvel special boxes, that's the first of them. I've got one more special box like that downstairs. Gray's disappeared, but if you want more, I can show you more today. If not, we can leave it. It's up to you.
I'm done for tonight. It's my bedtime.
So Tempest wanted to show some stuff.
Oh, I'll stick around for Tempest to show some stuff.
Yes. Although Gray maybe... Oh, Gray's still there. Brilliant.
This I was going to show these. I don't know if you have to these at all, Mark.
Oh yes, I am. Right. Are you selling those?
Well, I mean, I I don't particularly know what they're worth, but if you want them, they're
Yeah, I'll take all of those off you, mate.
no worries.
I'll send you a message.
All right. We got Superboy Double number 2.
Nice.
I love them doubles.
And Superboy Double
What is in those, Tempest? Is because I know how they were done. They were sort of the ripped off covers that were put together, and then so you sometimes didn't get the same comics inside, did you?
These have both got all 4 issues are different in both of these.
Are they?
Which I don't think I've come across before. I know usually you can get the odd one where you might get 1 or 2 issues that are different, but these have got all 4.
I reckon me and Tempest had the same double in a previous week, and so we went through them and called out what comic was in each one of our things. And the ones in mine or the ones in his, I can't remember which way round, were like 2 issues further on than the ones in his. So I reckon there was just a huge warehouse with all the unsold remainders, and they just went around saying, right, one of them, and kept going till those piles are empty, and then they just did the next pile along. So you ended up getting like a 3-issue run, but in the depending on whether there was early in the making these doubles or not.
There's a load of doubles up for auction tomorrow at Anderson and Garland.
What is it?
Yeah, like all of them, Tempest, all of them.
We might have to. I think there's 3, might be 3 issues that I'm missing.
Oh, I shouldn't be doing this. I keep telling you guys about this. Now I'm gonna have a competitor.
I'm taking out a bank loan for tomorrow, I'm afraid.
Oh, bugger.
UFO Encounters, I don't know if that's got the UFO, the gold key or the Dell stuff, the UFO.
Yeah,
issue.
Charlton and Gold Key.
Yeah.
But that auction, Mark, with it being so heavily British, that's why, Oh, no, actually, you said it was the US ones today, but I can't even... There's not a lot of British comic collectors relative to the US comic collectors.
You'd be
so
surprised.
Competition should be a lot less.
I have to tell you, the US stuff was not going for money.
Wow.
The guy was struggling to get the minimum bids.
Oh, that's nice. That's one of them ones, the Atlas one.
Mine's gone, unfortunately, but it was only a £5.
It's nice. I have to tell you, I think the British ones will go for more. I've noticed this recently. The British stuff goes. Oh, that's not the Monkeys. I have got no Monkeys magazines.
The Monkeys Dell as well. That'll be a one-off 4-color or something, will it?
Oh,
is that an Aussie?
An Australian one?
Yeah.
Nice.
What's the cover price?
It's 16.
60, so that's one of the ones that was printed in Australia and sent to England for sale.
Oh, Captain Sinbad, I love this stuff.
I remember seeing that when I was a kid, but I knew it was a Sinbad film, but it wasn't one of the normal ones that you...
Do you know what?
Christmas.
I don't think they put the middle D in his name when they do the films, do they?
Oh, that's a great cover.
Yeah.
Jerry Lewis. Why was that in my mind?
Oh, Tempest, I'm going to have to watch out for you because you like the same stuff as me. I know this.
Neil Adams did a couple of them.
That's an Aussie.
Lewis.
Nice.
Super. What? Super. What the hell is that? Where's that from? Is that a UK?
It's another one of the Australian ones.
Oh, an Australian one.
One of the colour ones, though.
Another one.
Oh.
They are using USA covers as well, aren't they? Or are they their own covers?
They are along the lines of USA covers, yeah. It's a real screen comic.
Screw comics.
Real screen comics.
Clean your mind up, Darren.
There's some monkeys for you.
Yeah, nice. There's
Mickey Dolenz, The Last Survivor. Sign that for my
I think
wife.
they did a fair few issues of them, didn't they? Monkeys. There's a.
Oh, that's nice as well. That's a really early one. What year? What?
It's
issue is that?
number 72.
That's one.
It was, can't remember where I put it there.
You'll wait for that, please.
We've got a few random Marvel annuals.
Nice.
Picked up on the cheap.
There, Tempest, what's inside that one? Because I found something out in my research about some of these things. Right, okay, so there was, I think it was a Captain Britain annual. Have you got that, Tempest? Captain Britain annual?
No.
Because I think it was.
might have that.
I'm not sure if it's called Captain Britain annual or something else. Captain Britain.
I've got a Captain Britain annual. I think.
Do you know where it is, Gray?
Where it is? It's at my house on my shelf.
Oh, so it's not easy to.
No, it's in other part of London.
Because I'm not sure if it was a Captain Britain annual or Captain Britain something else. That it's not an annual in traditional terms. It's the remaindered comics, but the set of Captain Britain from One Up.
Ah, that is a cracker. That sells. That's the one I've sent. I buy every time I see it. It's a unique cover. That is not a cover, and I've sent copies of that to my friends in the US.
Are you all right? All right.
The thing is, I can still hear you talking, so
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. I don't know if you can.
There's a secret agent.
Oh, there we go.
Smoking a flag on the front cover. Not something you see much of anymore.
It was Danger Man, wasn't it? And Drake.
Danger Man.
It was Danger Man just before the spin-off of The Prisoner, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Danger Man.
A few more. Some more Jerry Lewis.
I haven't got any Jerry Lewis one. Yeah, I'll get one if I ever see one. I never see them. Got one Bob Hope.
You got that one.
How many Bob Hopes have you got?
It's a double if you want it, Gray.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Love it.
There's a Sugar and Spike as well.
Have you got any Bob Hope?
I have got a few Bob Hope, yeah.
I think
They're
I
quite
watched
cool.
some,
The one I read was good fun.
I think I watched some YouTube video saying that the Jerry Lewis is it Dean Martin?
Yeah.
Started off.
Had value that run.
They went their separate ways, and so did the comic, and that's why Jerry carried on with Jerry Lewis.
Yeah. Sugar and Spike, they any good?
They're all right. They're not. I got these relatively cheap, so I thought I'd pick them up.
But because the Bob Hope, Jerry Lewis comics, I mean, I think they finished around about 61, 62, didn't they? So that's why we see many of them over here.
They both went over 100 issues, I think.
Yeah, they did quite a lot of them, didn't they?
But so they finished quite early. I think Bob Hope, they finished around about 62. So that's why we don't see many over here.
The one Bob Hope I've got, it's got really nice art. I can't remember who did the cover, but I thought it was really kind of good.
Neil Evans did quite a few covers.
Oh, what's that? Treasury?
Yeah.
No, that's lovely.
You got a bit of a makeshift bag on that one, ain't you? Does anyone sell bags and balls for treasuries?
No, I can't find any.
I've got some, but I'm not sure whether they're slightly oversized. In fact, I've got about 400 of them.
not bad.
Don't know, I'm way overbought.
Well, I might have
You don't want that many treasuries down.
Yeah, I would be willing to sell them.
Yeah.
I haven't got any treasuries. I've got a couple of digests. I don't know if I want. I've not got around to reading them yet. I'm not sure if I want to. I'm like too bloody pokey to digest. It's like it's going to strain my eyes. So at the moment, they're just sitting on the side. I've not even tried to read them yet. I've got so much to read. So all good fun.
Smashing time in the kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got cling film
okay,
and treasuries.
I'm off, guys. I've got to be up.
Yeah,
morning.
maybe we should finish it
No,
up.
Well, look at the auction. Oh, Mark, actually, maybe it's an idea just for you to have a quick chat with me.
Yeah.
Just in case, because if you're going for the stuff that I might be interested in, then I'll just back out.
Okay.
I'm not desperate for it, but I'll be looking and watching, thinking, shall I? You know, it's not my model to buy from auctions, but there was just a couple of bits in there that I thought I want those.
Yeah. Okay. So let's make sure we're not bidding on the same stuff.
Yeah.
So
Are you jumping off the show now?
Well,
Yeah, I think we're going to end it now, we might as well end it now.
I'll hang around. I'll hang around. If everybody clogs out, I'll hang around and talk to you.
Yeah.
I've got to take this.
There's
to
more
hospital,
Aussie stuff.
right,
It's endless. He's nearly got the full set of Aussie stuff as our tempers.
No, nowhere near.
No, it's huge, isn't it?
All right, we'll end it for this week then. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
See you
Come
later.
back next week. We've had 7 viewers this week, like fairly consistently. That's the record. Amazing stuff.
Cheers, guys.
See you later, folks.
Bye.
Cheers.
Ta-ra.